Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining my co host Mary and I for another Spiritual Learning Thursday. Every Thursday, we go over a different topic. After we play the video on the topic, we'll take any questions that anyone has and we'll try to answer them the best that we can. If you have any ideas on what you would like to learn about in the next upcoming videos, please leave a comment. We will be with you shortly. If you would be so kind as to take this time to give a like and share out the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Sit back, enjoy the show. Thank you so much again for coming. Hey everyone, welcome in. Thank you so much for um, joining me, Susie Jones. She comes from well, our. She comes from one of the channels I always watch, the 21st Century Suffragettes, who will be here Saturday for an interview. So woohoo! Um, yes, of course, you got a wrench. You remember, you need a wrench. So, um, yes. Um, so welcome in, Susie. Hi to Shelly. Hi to Kelly. Hi to Crystal's up there. I saw Crystal come in. So yes, hi everyone. So yeah, hi. um, Two of my friends said they were going to join me today. I don't know. I sent them links, so we'll see if they come up. I didn't really plan a chat today. Um, Of course, I could play a spooky story for you guys. We could play games. And if my friend joins me, then of course we'll talk paranormal. The background's cute with the ghost. Believe it or not, I have this it's called Ghost Seer. And the Ghost Seer is something like it draws like the spirits. That's okay, Susie. Much love to you. The spirits draw like pictures on it, like they interact with this app. And then so I said, well, can you draw me how many spirits are in my house? And they drew this all of these spirits all over, and I thought it was so cute, so I put it as the background. Yeah, it's called the Ghost Seer app. Very funny. But anyway, um so yeah. um so yeah, but today is just going to be chitty chat, news, hangout. Like I said, if you just want to play games, we love to play the game. We haven't played it in a long time. Guess what's in my house? It's kind of like an I Spy kind of game. So it's fun, and everybody usually has fun with that. Um, and I'm just gonna make sure that I actually sent the last time I said I sent the links, and for some reason the links weren't there. Yes. Okay. So fabulous. Yes, I sent you the link. I'm here waiting for you. That was fun. Oh yeah, you remember? All right, let's play that for a little while. My Mary just texted me saying her phone was dead, but tell me when you're ready. I'm like, hello, I've been ready. I'm here. Where are you? Um, so well, right now I'm in the kitchen, so we'll start with the kitchen. So how this game goes is I say, okay, I'm thinking of something in my kitchen, and I give you the first letter. Now, in the kitchen, we don't do food. It's only items that would be in the kitchen. No food, no drink. So it's not going to be Coke or Pepsi or salt or pepper. None of that. They're actual things that would be in the kitchen. Um, like, you know, a fork, you know. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes for a little bit until our guests join us. So, all right. I'm thinking of something in my kitchen that starts with an S, and it's one word. And if it would be two words, I would tell you. Sink. No. Hi, James. Skillet. No, that's a good one, though. Strainer. No. Spatula. That's a good one, too. No. Spoon. No. You just gave up already? Crystal. Stove. No. All right. I'll give you a hint. It's not a big item. It's not a big item. So it's not going to be a big stand-up blender or none of that. Smaller item. Hi, Pam. A sponge. No. You started early. 6:15. Yeah. We're playing a game today, Diane, until Mary joins me or Boomer or both because I sent both of them a link because they said they wanted to come. A stamp. No. So right now, Diane, we're doing something in the kitchen. You know how it goes. No food. That starts with an S. Salt shaker. No. And it's one word. One word. I forgot. That's okay. Stainless steel. No. One word. Ooh, this one was hard then. I don't know. A stick. No. I do have a stick in my, because I was going to do something with it, but a craft. So I do have a stick, but that wasn't what I was thinking of. A stopper? No. A spirit? Pam, I got lots of spirits, not a sink. Um, nope, wasn't what I was thinking of though. Everybody had the same. A spoon? No. All right. I'll give you a few more seconds and then I'll tell you this one and then we'll move to the next one because obviously I stumped you, which doesn't happen a lot. Usually somebody gets it. So, no. All right. So, what is in the kitchen that I was thinking of? with the letter S, not scissors. That's a good one too. A straw. See? Straw. Most people have this in their kitchen. I didn't think that, I thought it would be actually easy. I thought somebody would get it. It's a straw. Darn. Okay, next one. I'm thinking of something in the kitchen. Oh, let's do another S that starts with an S. And I think it's something you guys haven't said already. I'm gonna really mess you up now. I don't think anybody said it. Nope. Or maybe somebody said it, but I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. That doesn't mean it's not there. Not a slicer, not a sink. A spork. That's a good one. No. Slime. I hope not. Not yet. No slime. A scrub brush. That's a good one. It's one word though. Yes, Kelly, a strainer. I didn't think anyone said that before, but just in case. But so, my little strainer. All right. Next. Oh, you did? Oh, there you go. All right. So I'm thinking of something in the kitchen that starts with a C. One word. C. Something in the kitchen that starts with a C. A cup? No. I thought that would be too easy. I gave it a little harder one. Colander? No. Kind of the same as a stranger. A stranger. A strainer! There could be a stranger in my kitchen, but not today. A canister? Close. A candle? Close to a canister. Not a countertop. A container! Yay, Diane! You did it! A compass. A can. Oh, those were all good ones. But Diane got it with a container. Got my little containers. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. This is going to be a hard one, maybe, but it should be fun. This one is two words. It's in the kitchen. The first word starts with an L. Two words, first word with an L, and it's in the kitchen. Yeah, one Kelly gets, one Diane gets. Let's see if anybody could get this one. Or maybe it's easy because it's two words. And not too many things start with an L. Two words. Lemon squeezer. Oh, that's a good one, but no. Laptop. No. Nope. Not a lemon zester. Doesn't have the word lemon. But that was a good one. I don't have one of those. Probably why I wouldn't have thought of it. A light switch. That's a good one too. But no. You're gonna laugh when I tell you because you're gonna be like, "What? What is it?" Of course, everybody has those. I don't know if you all call it the same thing. Sometimes. Well, no, I don't think anybody here is from Australia, so everybody should call it the same thing. Mm. Drawing a blank. A letter opener. That's a good one. No, I would have that in my kitchen drawer too because. But no. Uh-oh. What happened? It threw off my background for some odd reason. What the heck? What in the world going on? Hmm. Ugh. Hi, Mary. Were you touching buttons? Maybe she threw off my
Um,
media when she came in.
was I pushing buttons? What do you mean pushing buttons?
Because right before you popped in, it threw off my background. It took off the background, everything. I was like, what the hell is going on?
No.
Oh, okay.
All I did was come on just like you normally do for this.
Weird.
So no. Hang on,
Ha!
I gotta mute the TV and stuff. So hang on.
No,
There
not a
we go.
loaf pan. Close. No, it's not close to a loaf pan.
Hi, Shelly. Hi, Cassie. It's her daughter.
Cassie's here?
Hi,
Oh,
Fancy. Hi,
Kelly's Cassie.
James. Let's see. Who else is in here? Okay. Hi,
Fancy.
Kelly. Hi, Diane.
Fancy and Crystal are here.
I said hi, Fancy.
And
Hi,
Crystal?
Crystal.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, I guess everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, the other people not
Hi,
typing, they're
Pam.
just hanging out. Oh, Pam, yeah. I don't see anybody else. No.
Susie, whoever Susie is, I don't know who that is, but okay. Hello.
See, that's our friend from. They came over from the 21st century suffragettes, but they're
Oh,
also live too until 7, so that's probably where they are. That's our friends that we're gonna interview on Saturday. So, we're just playing a game. So I'm gonna tell you guys that one because obviously we were playing a game because I was waiting for you and Boomer said he was gonna join us too, and we're gonna do paranormal chat, but I don't know.
okay.
Maybe his nap went longer than he thought. I don't know.
Hey,
So,
I was awake. I've been awake. I just it the time. I don't know what the deal is with the time and me, and the days for that matter. I got my days mixed up this week too. So
oh yeah,
I thought Tuesday was Monday.
oh
So
yeah. So you're a day behind, a
yeah.
day late and a dollar short, as they
Well,
say.
I'm not
Okay,
now. It's Thursday, but still, yeah.
yeah,
When you start your week off like that, you automatically you're like when you're home all the time, like I am. It's easy to get it mixed up.
yeah. Okay, that one was Lazy Susie. Lazy Susie.
What
Everybody
is
has a lazy Susan. Well, I should say Susan. Lazy Susan in their house. You know the thing you spin. It's a lazy Susan. Um,
right,
uh,
Shelly? I agree.
yeah, yeah. We're
What are we
playing the
playing?
game. Now it's your turn. Does everybody have a lazy Susan? I used to. Oh, okay. So see,
Used to
it's
have
something.
one. Well, I don't know
Something.
if this house may have one too. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
So Mary, we're playing the
okay.
game that we love. So it's like I Spy. So you find something in your room and you go, okay, I'm thinking of an item in this room. Let's say you're in the living room or your bedroom or wherever you are. And then you say it's one word or you say it's two words. and it starts with this letter, and the chat has to guess what it is.
They'll never guess mine because I got some good ones.
Well,
Oh
kind
yeah,
of have
let's
it, so
see.
that it's something that everybody would know, or at least. So go ahead, it's your turn. So tell them something.
Right, Shelly. Yeah, that's exactly it. Um, okay. I have something in the room I'm in that starts with a
Well, you got to
uh
tell them what room you're in. Like
I'm in the
this
living
item would
room.
be okay. Living room, yeah.
I'm in the living room and it starts with a G.
Living room G. Okay. One word.
Yes, one word.
One word starts with a G, and it would be in the living room. Let's see what Mary's trying to think. Let's see what's in Mary's house. No, not a D, a G, like as in uh, um Grover. Yeah, Grover or grass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You said G, right, Mary?
Yes, I said G, not D.
Right. Okay. I just want to make it sure.
No, it's not a gate, not a dog.
A
I
gang
do
of
have a
ghosts,
dog in here, but you know,
but it's not a G.
gang of ghosts.
A gavel.
No, but I need one. Gang of ghosts wasn't dumb. That's that was a good one.
Yep.
Which I probably do have it in this house somewhere. Gravy
Yeah.
is all I have. No, I don't have gravy in the living room. Green beans,
Not
no.
yet, anyway.
Nope, no guitar. Great, no great.
In the living room with a G. How about a hmm? That's a hard one. A garage.
I told
How's she
you,
gonna have a
no,
garage in
not
the
not
living room?
garbage.
Oh, I thought she said garage. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, how's she gonna have a garage in? Although
No, no
my
golf club.
garage is basically in the bathroom because the bathroom shares a wall with the garage. So a gnome. That's a good one.
Nope,
Um,
it's not grapes.
and it's not a gnome, huh?
Nope,
Mm,
genie in a bottle. I wish.
yeah.
I wish.
One word starts with a G. Ginkgo kaboba. How do you say that? Those pills that help with your memory.
No, not grandpa.
I guess like ginkgo
Ginseng,
kaboba.
no, not ginseng.
Oh, there you go.
Gaming,
Crystal had
no,
the
not
same
gaming. But Diane, that would be a good one. But no, it's not gaming. Grandpa's a good one too, but no.
idea. Well, he might be there in spirit. You just don't know it yet.
What is that? A god or a goater? What is
Yeah,
that?
a gatter? I don't know.
My grandpa
How
was
about
in your living room once. Oh, a garter. No, no, not that.
Oh, a garter.
Is this an unusual item, Mary? Um, I would say most people don't have it in their living room.
Oh, is it one of those machines you use to breathe? Diane, what's it called?
No,
Oh, okay.
Diane, what's it called? Trying to help Diane out there. Trying to help you out, Diane.
No, well, I just don't know what it's called. I don't have one of those machines, but I think Diane did. So that's why I was wondering if it was a G. I was like, Diane knows what it's called.
Told you it's gonna be a hard one.
Um, a CPAP. Oh, so that doesn't
No,
count because it's a B, not a G. um. Okay, but give up, Mary. Tell us now.
something we use on a daily basis.
We really
Gloves.
use it on a daily basis.
Okay, the word is gloves.
Gloves. Oh, der. Maybe
I
because
can't
that's
believe
something.
nobody got that.
Well, that would be something. I don't know where we would keep it in the closet. They're not hanging out in the living room, especially now it's not
Um,
cold.
these type of gloves you do, I would keep out for a reason.
Oh, the gardening gloves or driving gloves?
No, they're medical gloves.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Darn, I should have got that. Yeah. Nope. We didn't know. Okay. All right, my turn. Um, I'm thinking of something. Are we still doing in the kitchen? Sure. Uh, in the kitchen with the letter K, one word. I'm in the kitchen with something that starts with the letter K, one word.
I'm gonna let him run the TV, and what I'm gonna do is I'll mute, and then when I go to say something, I'll unmute
Okay.
real quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. A napkin. A knife? No. A kitchenette. That's a good one, but no. Kids. No. I do have them in here, I'm sure. The little ghosty kids, as you see the picture they drew for me. A lot of them are tiny spirits. Isn't that funny? The kiddos. The kiddos, they drew tiny ghosties. There's only one or two bigger ones, and all the rest are tiny ghosties. Uh-huh. In the kitchen with a K. This one's easy. I know everybody has this. A kiln. No. This is something not that big, and I think everybody has it. I think so. Mhm. It's not something out of sorts. A not no.
Where's it at, and what room, and what start with? Starts with
It's in
K,
the
I
kitchen.
guess. But
In the kitchen. Starts with a K. Yes, Diane got it. It's one word and it's kettle.
oh,
Yes, kettle.
okay.
Okay, you muted yourself, but it's your turn.
All right. Yeah, but it was playing music, so I did it to
Oh,
get
good.
sure the
All
music got
right.
done. Um. Okay. Let's see.
Right?
I'm in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and Starts with an O.
One word?
One word.
Okay. One word in the living room with an O.
Well,
It's called a
it can be two words or one word, two words, but yeah, one word.
one word. Okay. Um, tea kettle. Well, technically, I don't use mine for tea. I call it a kettle because I boil water to make couscous. I'll boil water to make, coffee. Um,
No, it's not an ottoman.
but ask you later. Where does Shelly come up with this? Oh God, not in the living room. An onion.
No, Diane got it.
Oh, oxygen. The oxygen? Oh,
Yeah, she got
okay.
it. That's why I said it could be two words or one word. It could be oxygen machine or oxygen.
Yeah, yeah.
Diane's on a
Oh,
roll.
yeah. I boil water to make. I have to wait till somebody else types because the stupid dollar sign is covering pasta. Yes. You boil water in a kettle to make pasta? Oregon. All right. So here we are. How are you, Irish? We're playing a game like I Spy. So here we go. I'm in my kitchen and it's one word. Um, no, I'm gonna make it two words. This item has it's two words. It's in the kitchen and it starts with an M. There you go. Not everybody might know that, right, Diane?
Where would you say it's at?
We're in the kitchen.
Okay, and it
It's
starts with an
two
M.
words and it starts with an M like Mary.
Okay,
A monkey. No, that's not two words.
machete.
Microwave oven. That's a good one, but no.
Machete.
Where's James? He's there. He's up there. He has a monkey. James has a monkey in his kitchen. I do not. I have doll heads on,
Ours says
but
milkman. She wishes.
the milkman. A mitt? No. Sending court documents up to the lawyer. Oh, so you were calling the lawyer a monkey. Okay. Mixing stand? No. I can't think. You this is easy. I know you guys use these at least once a week, if not 4 to 5 times a week. Yes, Kelly, a measuring cup. Woohoo! Yes. I use it every day, but maybe if people don't cook as
I
much,
was I was I was headed in that direction and started going through utensils and I'm like, no, you know that. I was headed that way.
who said monkey? Because that's what I was thinking. That was James. I just used one today. There you go. Of course. A
Milk
milkmaid.
maid.
Yeah.
Right, Pam? I was thinking milk too. But when she
All
said
right.
you use it every day, I'm like, okay, you can use milk, but usually you drink it. But you can cook with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
when
me
I
too,
always
Shelly.
tell
I
I
don't
always
use
tell
them.
them
Go ahead.
I just say I always tell them it's not food because there's so many food items. There's no way to go through them. So I always say No food, no condiments. It's an actual item. So,
Right. I
so
don't
it wouldn't be milk of any
I don't
sort.
hardly use them either. The measuring cups. When I cooked, I didn't use them. I except unless I'm making a cake or something like that. Something that I had to have the right exact measurement on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as far as using them to regularly cook, no, I never used them. I
I
estimated
use,
it like to make biscuits or
oh, yeah.
pancakes
But
or anything
like
like that. I never use it.
when I
Huh?
make like couscous and stuff like
Yeah.
that, you know, your couscous will be either dry or watery, depending. So you really need to put that right amount. So I use it for that. I use it for all my
I didn't
desserts.
even use it for oatmeal.
For
I
oatmeal,
mean,
I don't eat
I
either.
mean, I
Well,
don't,
I don't.
and it can be watery or thick but usually I get it right.
Hi,
I
Derby. How
mean,
are you?
hi, Derby,
I
Jack, I
hope you're
should
well.
say.
Alrighty, it's your turn. Mary's
All right,
in the
let me
living room.
say. Okay, now this is going to be the dining room.
Oh, dining room. Okay.
Dining room, and it starts with a B. Go.
One word.
One word.
Okay, B as in boy. So name an item in the living room that starts with a B. One word. A bench. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Oh, that's fabulous, Derby. And it went well, I'm assuming. God bless. A bar. I used to have a bar back in the day, like a side bar. Oh, it was nice. Banana.
No food items. We're not going to use food items, she said. Good.
Oh,
I'm
that's
glad you. I'm
fabulous.
glad it worked, Jack. No, it's not a basket. Boy, no,
A
it's not a
boy,
boy.
a bar stool, a
No, it's not a
bar,
bar
a
stool.
bench. None of that. Okay. A bucket.
No, it's not a bucket.
She said dining room. Well, if somebody was in the middle of cleaning the dining room, no, this is yeah, in the middle of cleaning the dining room, then there might be a bucket on the floor.
No, it's not. And it starts with the letter B as in boy.
Boy isn't boy. Yeah.
No, not a room. No, not a bookshelf.
Are the stairs there? How about a banister?
No, no books.
Hmm. A bong?
No,
No, no.
God no.
She can't. She can't have one of those because she's in Indiana. That's illegal there. Oh, only
I
people in
wouldn't have one of
California and
those.
New York can have
I
those.
wouldn't have one of those if it was legal here.
Well, maybe your son would.
My son or Frank would, but not me.
Yeah.
Books, no.
Big.
Books has been said about 4 times.
Well, you know what it is? They're all typing at the same time.
I know.
Um,
Kelly. All right.
a
That's your
baker's
guess.
rack.
No, but that's a good one, Diane. But no, it's not.
Yeah.
Bro,
A
hanging.
bra dryer. Just right up in the
No.
living room. Right, put that right up over
Oh
the
my
chair there, my chair, and let it hang and
God.
dry. When it
Cracking
comes to
up,
dinner, I'll
man.
put it on when it's dry.
No.
Full question again, please. Okay, this is something in Mary's living room that starts
No,
with the
dining
letter
room.
B and
Dining
it's
room.
one word.
Then dining room.
Oh, the dining room. I'm sorry. It's something in the dining room that starts with a B that's one word.
No, no bracket, no bay window.
No. Living room.
It is good though.
A bassinet.
No. Who said bassinet?
I did.
No. Well, you look like you was listening to somebody. That's why I asked that.
No,
A
I don't
beater?
know.
No, no beaters.
Oh, carpet beaters. You know, people use carpet beaters back in the day. I don't know if they use them now. In the living room. My gosh.
No, not a basket. Got y'all stumped again, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at
That's what I
this.
was thinking, right?
I'm good at this, y'all.
A
Bric-a-brac,
brush.
no. Brush, no.
Big ziti. No, we're not doing food. Okay, I'm stuck.
Boobs,
I'm
no,
right with
not
you,
boobs.
Fancy. I'm
I
stuck.
read that wrong. I thought she said boobs at first. I'm like,
There we had boots plenty of time. A bell. Oh, what about a bell? The dinner bell. Bing bing
no,
bing.
no bell. I'll give you a clue.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
something that most people don't have in their dining room. Brooch, no.
Okay, if most people don't have it, then I don't know what I'm thinking because I can't figure it out. A bar. No, we
No, but
said
that's a good one, but no, it's not that.
that. A branch.
No. Okay, I'll give you another clue.
Oh, a
No,
buffet.
no, no, it's not a buffet, but that's a good one.
A bug collection.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. God, Fancy, you trying to, are you jinxing me or what? Yeah,
Well,
my
a
mom,
cute
yeah,
little ant farm would be cute right there.
we had a buffet growing up too. I know what you're talking about. Balloon, no, not a balloon. But I'll give you another clue, and this is probably going to be easy for y'all to figure out after this. It's something you put stuff in.
It's something you put stuff in. It starts with a B, guys.
Fancy got it right
A
off the bat.
box. Ah, why wouldn't most people have that? I'm thinking like, I don't know what. If it's not a basket, I'm clueless. Yes, a box. Yay for fancy. All right, it's my turn again. Oh
All
boy.
right, your turn. I'm on mute.
Okay. Okay, I'm in the kitchen. Yeah, I mean that was a normal one. We just wouldn't have got that, right? And most people do have a box somewhere. I mean, I have a box in my kitchen. Okay, I'm in the kitchen. It's two words and it starts with a C. Two words starts with a C. In the kitchen, and I'm gonna get a smoke. I'll be right back.
Coffee cup. Coffee cup. It says starts with C, right?
Yes, a C. And no, it's not a coffee maker or a coffee cup, but that was good.
Are both words in C or just one?
I can't give you that kind of, you know.
Okay.
It's not a can opener. That's too much of a hint now. Canister said, "Oh, those are all good ones," but no.
That's a good one. Crock pot. Did you see cookie jar?
No. What do we got? Cookie jar, crock pot. No, no. And I thought this one was going to be too easy. I thought you would get it the first one. Yes. No, it's not a cookie
Creamer or
jar.
sugar set?
No, I would just call it a cupcake pan. That's a good one, but no. One holders. Chocolate cat. No. Cake pan. No. No food. Now Diane's making me hungry. Well, I say a hamburger. It's not a hamburger. I don't eat painting piggies. It was a vegetarian burger. So, okay. All right, Shelly. Nope.
Coffee grinder.
Nope. That's a good one too. A carpet runner. No. Ooh, I already know my next one now that Diane said that. It's not that, but a crock pot, no. Can opener, no. Ceramic tile, no. It. I'll give you a hint. It is something you use for cooking. Like it's not. You know, it's not tile or stuff like it. It's something you would use in your kitchen. And I know everybody has one of these now. Everybody. Even if everybody has one, they still don't get it. Cake mixer. Nope.
Oh, Lord, I'm at a loss. I don't know.
When I say it, you guys are gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, "What?" Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yes, Kelly got it. Cutting board. You got it, Kelly. You see, who? Everybody has a cutting board. I don't know. I was staring at it, so that's why I said it. Yes, cutting board. Yay!
I never would have got that.
You do have one, don't you?
Yeah, I got one, but I never get it out.
Yeah, I use it because I put it down and I mostly because
Yeah, I
my
know,
space
but I mean, I usually use a
is
plate or a pan or
oh
I don't
my
know why, but I do.
my space is so small, so I just put the whole big board over the stove so I can use it to prepare like
All
desserts
right,
and food and
all
stuff
right.
because I have no counter space. So I have a big one, a cutting board. Yes, that's it, Diane. But Kelly got it right before you, Diane. The cutting board. All right, now it's Mary's turn again. Uh-oh.
Okay. All right, let me think here. Let's see.
You see, Derby, you used it this morning.
Um, I'm the hard one, right? I give out hard ones. So let's see. Okay. I'm in the living room, and it starts. The letter starts with the object starts with a. Oh God, let me think here. A B. And remember, y'all, we're in my living room, and
Okay. Look,
this is something that you.
it's
This is
it's
probably
not.
something y'all usually don't have in your living room, so just think about that.
Look, it's not Bigfoot, Mary.
Nope, sorry, it's not.
Was
Hi,
It's
Boomer.
not Bigfoot on the on the thing.
I
How are you,
might look
Boomer?
and I might look and sound a little bit like Bigfoot. Yeah, my nap kind of went into overtime today.
That's what I told Mary too. So something in your living room that starts with a B and it's one word, Mary.
Yeah, yeah.
Bitch!
Ah, hey, hey now.
Hey, I tried.
I can be
I give a
one.
guy, I give a guy credit for trying.
Now they're all gonna say a box. Book it
In
out.
box. Yeah.
Balloon!
Brake fluid. No, I don't have no
Break
big room in the living
fluid.
room. Yeah, no,
Basket!
Diane, I don't have a bed in the living room, but I
Put
do.
the lotion in the basket!
What?
A basket.
No.
Bottle!
No.
Well, I can't be. It's not in my living room. It's not in your living room. Um,
Kelly, that's a good one, but no. I do have few goals, but we're not using food.
Bracelet!
No, no drums. No bracelet. No bench.
Brush! No brush?
a bungee cord. That's a good one too. How about
I'll give y'all a clue. It's something I use because not
Brace!
I'm not very well. Hey,
Hey, what?
you know darn good
was it
well.
a break?
Not a brace?
Braid pins, no, no brace.
Well, it's certainly not a boomer.
Nope, nope, it's not a boomer. Bedpan, no, it's not a bedpan.
Yeah, good guess,
That's
though.
a good one, Fancy, but no, it's not that. But you guys are headed in the right direction.
You have a bathroom in your living room. A
No,
spacesuit. Hi, Scott. Next is going to be Boomer's turn, so that'll be fun too.
My turn for what?
no, it's not blood pressure meds and no bathrobe. No,
Then you're going to have to say
just keep thinking
something.
in that realm there, though, you guys.
Um,
Making dinner, so
that's okay. You can
I'm in
think
the kitchen.
breathing. Oh yeah, well that's where I am in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm breathing, Diana. Of course, I hope I'm breathing.
Oh, a back
Back
massager.
massager. No, it's not that either. The
Ball.
bobby
Bobby.
pins. No, it's not blood pressure. Your assistant
Yeah,
bathroom device.
that's what I said, a bathroom, because she said it's one word with a B. So, and it's not a banjo on her knee. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. We're playing a little game. We're trying to think of what is in Mary's living room that begins with a B that is only one word.
Hi, Divine.
And it has to do with medical stuff. So,
It's something I would use personally. Would have to use if I needed it. No, it's not a blood pressure monitor. There's been about 4 of you say that. Band
a
aid, you're
band-aid.
close. You're close, Kelly. Like you're on it. That I
What'd
mean, I
she
might as well
say?
give her that because it is in that realm. It's a bandage, yes, fancy. It's what it is. Bandage.
That's what it is. Bandit. All right.
If Divine comes in
So,
and gets her off the bat.
Oh,
Uh,
what?
bandage. I have bandages in my living room.
Oh, bandages. Okay.
Oh, I've been stumping them. Boomer.
now, Boomer, can you think of something that's in your kitchen? And all you have to do is, of course, not change your mind. And tell us if it's one word or two words and just the first letter.
Okay. Something in my kitchen that starts with the letter W.
W. Not food, though. This is an item, right?
It could be either or, right?
Well, we're not
Does
doing food because there's so many, so we were just
it
like doing
have to be? Well, it ain't watermelon, I'll tell you.
item.
No, it's not. It's not food.
Okay. So, whisk window. It's not
Who
water.
said whisk?
Scott.
Good job, Scott. Look at that.
Yay, Scott
Good
got it. A
fucking
win.
job.
Yay for you. Oh, Lisa, thank you so much for stopping by, sweetheart. Have a good time at the park with your daughter, and we'll see you soon. If you
Who's
have not,
that?
Lisa, divine,
Oh,
empathic, clairvoyance, and tarot. If you haven't checked out her channel, go check it out. She does lovely daily readings that you can listen to. Okay, next is my turn. So I'm still in the kitchen. And in the kitchen, and it's going to be two words, and it's the
coffee
item,
cup.
and it starts with an S.
Soapbox.
No. Starts with an
Soap
S like as in
dispenser.
Sam.
Feather duster.
An S like as in Sam.
Oh,
Oh, M.
S like as in Sam.
S.
S like spirit. S.
S. Like,
No, Diane. No, Kelly.
and this has to be something that everybody should be able to see, right?
Everybody should have, well, most people that cook
No,
should have
it's.
one of these
I
in their
just.
house.
So in other words, it's not spirits. Is what
No,
I'm
it's not
saying.
spirit.
'Cause
No, no,
not
no, no,
everybody can see
no.
spirits. Okay.
No, even though probably everybody has spirits in their house, this is something you actually use. Steel wood? No, but Susie, that's a good one.
Something you actually use and it starts with the letter S.
Step
And it's
stool.
two words.
Step stool.
No, not a step stool, not a salad bowl. I might have stumped you with this one. It's not a necessity, but it is really good to have.
Is
Welcome
it
back, Diane.
usually found in the kitchen?
Not a scrub brush. What?
Like, is it a actual kitchen item generally found
Yes.
in the kitchen, or
Yes. Yes.
okay?
A slinky, not a slinky. Ooh. I did a good job this time. Not stainless steel. Nope. Yes, James. We call it a
Oh,
spoon
what?
rest, but you're really close. A spoon
I
holder.
said spoon.
No, it's two
You
words.
weren't listening.
It's a spoon holder or a spoon rest. You know what you put spoons on when you stir and then you put it on. So it's not a spoon, it's the rest that you put it on.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, the
I
spoon
doubt
holder.
he said spoon rest.
No, he said spoon holder, which is the same thing. I knew what he meant.
Oh, spoon holder.
Yeah, the spoon
Yeah,
holder.
spoon holder's the same.
Yeah.
Spoon, not so much, but spoon holder, yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
You
All
cheaters.
right. Cheaters? No. James,
I don't
you
have
did
a
a good
spoon holder.
job.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I don't have a spoon holder.
You don't? I have two. I have one that looks like a spoon, and then I have my other one that looks
What I
like a
usually
crystal
use.
ball.
You're talking about one of those things you have on your stove, so when you can rest your spoon on it and it
Yeah,
doesn't. I
yeah. It doesn't
usually
get.
just use like a top to a container or something, or a
Thank you
napkin.
for the raid. Oh yeah, napkin. That's what most. Thank you for the raid, guys. Thank you,
Oh,
21st Century Suffragettes. Thank you for coming in, Adam. I appreciate you.
we got some raiding going on.
We have a game going on. So basically, for anybody new who's coming in, the game's super easy. One of the panelists, we're going in order, is thinking of something in the house, and they're telling you if it's one word or two words, and and what letter it begins with, and we guys got to guess. Only a few spoons left.
Rosemary
Janelle,
now.
welcome in, sweetheart. Thank you, Janelle, for coming. Thank you for the raid, Diane.
We'll be doing some paranormal stuff.
Hi, everybody. All the new ones coming in.
What's up, newbies?
We started with this because I was by myself at first, so I was just playing. You and Mary came. I
All
started,
right.
and then you guys came a little after. But let's do a few more of the game, and then we can change the chat if you want to. Something else.
Myself.
I'm gonna make this one easy. I'm in the living
Okay.
room. I'm in the living room. It starts with C.
Couch. Well, did I get it?
No, no, it's not a couch.
Oh, well, you gotta speak up.
Hmm.
Yes.
No, it's not control. No, it's not card. Kelly got it. Candle.
Candle. Oh, good.
I had to give
All
my
right.
easy one because I've been stumping them.
Adam. All
Wait, is
righty.
this something? Does the item have to be something that's in the room that you're in?
No, you can
Or can it
say,
just be something you can think of that somebody would have in their house?
yeah, but you have to say what room it's kind of
Oh,
like.
so the
You
type
can
of
say
room
something as long as
is
you
a
say
hint.
like the room is the hint.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin Love. So you just say like, I'm thinking of something in the bathroom that's generally in the bathroom or in the living room
Give
or
me
the
a
dining room.
second, and I'm gonna get on the laptop here now that I'm done cooking.
All right.
I suppose I could try to think of something.
Yeah, that's oh,
Well, this is something you can find in just about any room,
okay.
depending on the ones you frequent. Um, it's one word and it starts with C.
Okay. It's one word. It starts with a C, and you can find it in one or multiple rooms in your house. A
Yeah.
charger. Oh, that's a good one, Fancy.
Who?
Fancy said a charger.
Good job, Fancy.
Wow,
Man, I
Fancy,
gotta
you
think
got
of
it on
harder
the
ob-
first
I gotta think of
She's on
harder
a roll,
objects.
man.
one.
Fancy's on a
Yeah.
roll. She's gotten several.
Hmm.
I suck at this game.
Crap. I have lots of crap. Alrighty. Is it my turn again? All right.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm thinking of something in the kitchen that's two words and that
Frying
starts
pan.
with an S.
S again?
S again.
Salt shaker.
No. Let us not forget you told me I'm still looking for candy. I don't know if they meant literal candy. I think maybe they meant eye candy, you know. Soap, two words, Janelle. In the kitchen, two words.
Nope. Spencer.
First word starts with an S. Soap dish, so close, but no.
No, I said
Soap and
soap dispenser.
not a soap dispenser.
Okay. SpongeBob.
Strainer.
Not a
Two
strainer,
words,
two
Mary.
words. Jinx boomer. Touch red. Quick. Soap holder, no. But it's in that general vicinity. A salad spinner. Oh, that's a good one, but no.
Sink plug.
Do both words start with an S? Um, no, and Boomer just got it. It's the sink plug. Yes,
Hey.
go for Boomer. He got one, the sink plug.
Not so
Yeah,
smucking fart.
I call it the sink stopper. Some people call it the sink strainer, but yeah, that's what
It's
it is.
technically it's a drain plug. So it would start with D. If you go to a hardware store or any store It's called drain plugs, but sink plug will work if you're doing this game.
Listen,
I just have to think New York, you know?
yes, think New York. We
Okay.
call it the sink stopper. That's what it is. Give
Yeah.
me the sink. We go to Home Depot. We say the sink stopper. They know what I want. Just like when I curse at Google, like, what the fuck is that called? This, that, and this and that. Yesterday I did that. I gave it a whole thing. I yelled at it and it gave me what I wanted. I go, okay, good.
So would
It
you
already
have
knows
given
what New
the
Yorkers even Google. It's like,
if,
yeah, okay.
if somebody did say drain plug, would you have given it to them?
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's the same thing. Even though it
yeah.
don't start with an S.
Do you have a soup strainer?
Well,
Yes,
I had half the word. I said strainer earlier.
yes, but
I have a
it's
soup
really not a
strainer.
strainer. It's a sink stopper because it stops up the sink, right?
Oh,
All
okay,
right,
yeah.
Mary,
That is
you are
simple.
next.
My turn.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm in the living room. Starts with letter K, and it's 2 words.
Living room, letter K, 2 words, guys.
Knife holder.
Not going to be easy. I don't
Yeah, she
think.
has that in her living room, so if the boys get out of hand, she just takes the knife and flings it. Uh, yeah, that's it.
In the living room
No,
starts with
no, no,
K.
no,
Two
Walker.
words, right?
Yep, a
It's 2 words.
knapsack.
Starts with K.
Two
A
words with a
knapsack.
K in the living room.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget the guys who came over from the 21st century suffragettes. Saturday's live stream is already set up, so go click the notifications on your way out so you can make sure you come on Saturday to see the interview with Diane, okay?
Yeah. And I'm going to be a part of a game Saturday night, too.
Oh, yeah. Boomer. Well, when you get on your computer, you can drop the link for her, for everyone, so they could see it. And so after we could go maybe raid you.
I know. I noticed that, Kelly. I mean, I am.
Knickknacks. Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one, Kelly, but no, it's not that.
Not knickknacks.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Boomer's here again.
Hang on. Damn it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Gotta disconnect the phone. Sorry.
Yeah.
It won't let me.
Who is not Bigfoot? Oh, is that Boomer?
Okay. I kicked it from the studio, so you won't get that feedback now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't find the get the hell out of here button.
Yeah.
It's like, what the
We're
hell?
watching you.
All right.
Okay, everybody's ears stop bleeding.
Yes. Okay.
Earbuds in.
A keyboard. Ooh, that's a good one too. Hi, Cassie.
No, it's not that.
Cassie, we're playing a game for now, my
Oh,
love.
cockroach.
And then
Is it a cockroach? Oh wait, that's a C.
that starts with a C.
All right, this is a hint. It is something that's normally not in your living room, but it's
Knitting
in
needles.
another part of the house.
Knitting needles.
No.
So this could be in your living room or maybe even somewhere else in your house, a bedroom somewhere. And Cassie, we're
I
playing the
guess.
game. It's 2 words. It starts with a K. Mary is thinking of
No.
something in her
Kitchen
house.
sink's not my living room.
The kitchen sink. Well, she got everything else in that living room. Why not the kitchen sink?
All right.
A kettle.
It does belong in another part of the house. I will say that.
It has 2 words, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I can't think of it.
Are you looking at the YouTube part?
A knife set. Oh, that's a good one. Yes, we could see it.
No,
Well, I could see it on the comments, and I could see it in the. I have my other phone, so I could see both.
No, I was asking Mary because every time I say something, it's like her response is like 20 to 30 seconds later.
Oh,
Oh, it's because I have to unmute. I'm
Oh,
watching
okay.
yeah,
TV and I
because
don't want
TV's on. Yeah.
I can't even hear the TV.
to. You guys can't hear that TV when it's on? Right
I
now it's
don't.
on mute.
Oh, did I inform Diane? Yes, she emailed me and said yes that she wanted to do it this Saturday. That's why I set up the live stream. And so, yeah, I hope she remembers. I'll email her again tonight just to make sure. Now that you told me, Kevin.
No, it's not a knee brace, but that is a good one. This is not for medical. I'll say that too. How's that?
Oh, my friend Diane, who runs the channel 21st Century Suffragettes. They're going to be on our show, Diane, this Saturday. So yeah, not you, Diane, our other friend Diane. We got a lot of friends named Diane because they're cool. What could I tell you? Okay, Mary, you might have to give a little hint. We're out of ideas.
It belongs in the kitchen.
So why didn't you just say there's an item in the kitchen? It's 2 words. It
Because it's
starts
not
with a
in the
K.
kitchen. It's not in the kitchen. It's in my living room.
I know, but if you know it goes in the kitchen. Okay, kitchen, 2 words. Mm, K.
Oh,
No, it's not keepsakes. It goes with the set. I'll put you like that.
Okay, Kelly, we need you to save us. You know this.
Where's Fancy at?
kitchen block. Kitchen block is another term for a cutting board.
All right. You're close, Kelly. Real close.
What did Kelly say?
Kitchen chair. Remember, got it.
Huh?
Did you say kitchen chair? Or did I just give it up?
I said
What's that boomer
kitchen
got?
block, which is another term for a cutting board.
Well, that was kitchen
Why
chair.
didn't
I'm
you
sorry.
just
I give it up.
Okay,
I
so
thought you said
Mary, I was on mute, but I said
what?
kitchen chair.
Why?
So probably you were hearing me.
I heard somebody say it. I'm
There
saying
we
yeah.
go. Why didn't you just simply use the word chair? Because chairs pretty much can go anywhere.
Well, I got one sitting in my living room.
That's true.
So
Chair.
one word starts with C, and it can go anywhere.
Yeah. Boomer, it's your turn.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Me. All right, need me a mint. Need an after dinner mint. Let's see. All right.
Kelly got it too right after she said kitchen table, she put kitchen chair.
Okay.
That's right.
This item you can typically find in, well, again, just about any room that you frequent. Depends on where you sleep and all that. For the most part, I guess. I don't know. All right, so one word. You can typically find them. All right, I'm gonna say for the most part, either in your bedroom or bathroom. Just make it easy. And maybe not everyone may have them, but a lot of people do.
What's it start with?
D as in dog.
And it's only one word?
Yeah.
D.
It starts with a
One word.
C. And where's it
D is
supposed
in
to be?
dog. D. Dog.
D for dog.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It's supposed to be in your laundry room, I guess.
in the bathroom or in your bedroom? Um, drawers.
No.
Not the drawers you wear, like drawers that you
No.
open. Not your drawers, but your
Neither
drawers.
one. Neither one.
All in a day's work, yes, Kev. Drunken husband. That definitely might be in the bathroom, but not in Boomer's house. He'd have the drunken wife.
Right? For real.
Doors. Dirty towels. Good one.
Good
One
guess.
word though. So
But it's one word. Oh, let's mute the monkey here. There we go. I finally found your channel.
oh no, Susie, is that for real?
All right.
That's terrible.
Let's see. Not a
Give it a
drink.
month. I'm gonna try to talk to him. Oh no. That's terrible. I didn't know that. I have to look that up.
Well, rip Arnie. Let's see. Um, no, not deodorant. Not dental floss. People keep dental floss in their bedroom?
Right? Yep, my neighbor just told me. I don't know. I just looked it up, and apparently
Not,
the news
not a
doesn't have
doorknob.
it.
We're trying to play a game here. Can you look that up some other time?
Sorry.
Not drapes. They're primarily
Yeah, I'm
they
finding
could
the
be
same thing
found
he's alive.
in your bedroom or in your bathroom, depending on preference. For the most part, they probably wouldn't be in any other room.
Dental hygienists have floss everywhere.
Nope, not drugs. You know,
Diagonal one.
all my drugs
Um,
are in the bedroom. Dental hygienist has floss everywhere. Oh, okay, cool, Kelly.
dirty
Not
sock.
dirty socks.
Um,
Get your mind out of the gutter, fancy. Not everything's dirty.
dresses. I have the dresses in my bedroom and the bathroom. Ooh, a dustpan. That's a
No,
good one.
nobody's gotten it yet. Oh, maybe I'm better at this than I thought. My mind picks something nobody can guess. Tell you what, the one that does guess it will get a 10% discount on the next painting I sell them.
Dentures. Oh, that's a good one.
Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations to
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yay, dirty bags.
Yay. Kelly, you get 10% off the next painting you buy from me.
There you go.
Look at that. Marketing at its best.
Oh, it's my turn again, right? Okay. Should we stay in the kitchen? Yeah, let's stay in the kitchen. It's in the kitchen. It's 2 words. It starts with a D. Unlike Boomer's word. It's 2 words. It starts with a D.
In the kitchen starts with a D, 2 words.
Yeah.
Um,
Ooh, good one, Fancy, but no.
Drainer.
No. Dough pin. Oh, we call it a rolling pin.
Yeah,
That's
we from New York. We call rolling pins. Okay,
we call them rolling pins.
we're not from the damn
They
UK.
call it rolling pin here in Indiana too.
But no. Dishes, 2 words, Diane.
How the hell do I switch my camera? Oh, here we go.
But go in that realm of dishes.
There we
2 words then. Starts with a D. Dirty
go.
dishes.
I look like a damn Sasquatch, don't I?
Think right in that box, Fancy.
Dish soap.
Dish soap. Yay, Diane, you got it. Dish soap goes
Hey,
with the dirty dishes, but
Wait, I thought you said 1 word.
Dingleberries.
no, I said 2 words. Dingleberries. Well, that is 2 words, but I don't have any in my kitchen yet. You got it, Diane.
Are we have
Dish
fun
soap.
yet? Did everybody get to see my spirit smoking a cigarette?
Oh, you want to show it, Boomer? Guys, Boomer was up last night and caught some fabulous paranormal footage. It looks like the spirit is smoking a cigarette. He did a live stream earlier.
Show us. I want to see. I want to see.
I gotta figure
I'm
out
like a little
how
kid.
to zoom it in, though. Like, oh wait, hang on.
Oh yeah, and I could put you on
Yeah.
the layout.
Oh, that's not what I want. Get out of there. Out, damn spot. Out.
No, not me. I want Boomer.
Close that out, damn it. Like we're both having problems, huh?
Yeah, you know what it is? You have to share the thing before I can
Yeah, I gotta find it first.
yeah. Now we got it all sorts of crazy. Layout. Give me the regular layout, goddamn you. Okay. Once you share it, then I could put up it in big screen.
Is a test. Well,
Welcome back, Chef.
Hang on, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, it was interesting.
All right. Let me get to the. You remember how far along it was when we started that? I gotta search for that spot. Where's it? There it is. All right.
At least in.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hang on. I'm gonna start at the point that I set it up. Oh, I'll start at the point where I lit it. All right. Now I don't know if I want to be able to zoom in. I can't zoom in on this. I don't have a zoom feature on this. Oh, right. Oh well, just watch the top left corner camera. All right. How do I do this again? Oh, present.
Mhm.
Present. Video file. All right. Is that it?
Hi, Cassie love. Welcome in.
No items. Huh? That's where the video file should be. Why are we not?
We were playing a game, but now we're gonna share. Boomer caught some interesting Cassie footage, so we're gonna see if we could share it for you guys.
Is it working?
You're too cute to be napping. That's right.
Mary goes over to Cassie's house,
Is it
gets
working?
ice cold water, and
Your
she
device
dumps
is
it in
having
her face
trouble sharing your
and wakes
video.
her up
Try sharing again. What
and
the
shakes her.
fuck?
You're not sleepy no more.
It's not letting me share.
That's strange.
It says my device is having issues sharing. Oh, I'll try it again. Let's see. I may have to do it through a screen share. See, this is why I hate this fucking shit. Sharing is stupid on here. Well, fuck. Fucking StreamYards.
Yeah.
That's why I like Zoom. Zoom, it's simple. Fucking share screen. Alright. Yeah.
But Cassie, the water I throw on you, it revitalizes you and makes you beautiful.
So how do I? Oh fuck. Oh, share screen. That's at the bottom. Okay, share screen. Don't show these tips again. Window that. To share audio, share a tab or screen instead. I did. Oh, entire screen. Also share. See, that's ridiculous. This sharing is stupid. All right, I got it all set up, and it's not giving me the share button.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hang on. Oh my god. I hate StreamYards. I hate StreamYards. Do do do.
Oh, we got it. Here we go.
Do 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 do. All right, you get it. You got it. That's good. All right.
Why the hell does the layout not go to?
All right. So keep an eye on this camera and this camera. They show it from the two different angles. I'll be getting it set up here in a minute. I'm gonna light it for you. Or maybe I went back too far. I don't know. Where can I put this? All right, actually, I'm gonna start after I relight it. Just keep an eye on it. Well, the camera can't see it. All right, so there it is, right there. And then in a few minutes, I'm gonna adjust the cam one. Can y'all see my pointer? Is that sharing pointer? Hello?
Yeah, I see it. Well, yes, okay. I see it.
So I'll adjust this camera after a little bit so you can see it from this angle. And this is the laptop camera from this angle. And you see how it's like, if you look just at the very tip, you can see some of the smoke going straight up. You can almost see the smoke going straight up. So that's an indication that there's no breeze or wind blowing. Another indication is if you look at this screen, that flag right there hangs off my mic boom, the boom on my mic, and that's not moving. So there's no breeze, no fan, no registers blowing because that flag isn't blowing. So there's absolutely no breeze going on. So there's nothing to keep that cigarette burning as far as like, well. So if the tip isn't. Oh wait, this is before. Okay, so the cigarette ended up going out. And then, so I go get a different ashtray to put it in so that it stays So I go get this ashtray because it has a center in it that I can put the other end of the cigarette on so it doesn't touch the bottom of the ashtray and go out. See, it already went out one time and I have to relight it. So that's the first time. So if there's nothing, if there's nobody dragging on it or anything, it ends up going out.
Let's see if you can drag on that. If that glows bright, that means it's being dragged on. So
you guys are getting the audio, right?
Yes.
We don't have any smokers here.
By the way,
So they must hear it there.
The video is full screen, so I can't see the YouTube stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This whole process is about 6 minutes long. By the way,
Go out already?
it takes approximately 4 to 6 minutes to smoke a cigarette, guys.
No, that's still
At least for a spiritual smoke one, anyway.
Yeah.
Can you interrupt that stream of smoke?
They did that too. It's just too bad you can't see the smoke stream to tell. See, that's what's weird. If you look at this camera over here, which is the second camera in the bedroom, this is above the window, above my bed. When I'm smoking in bed, yeah, you can see the smoke rising up. This camera will catch the smoke and you can see it. But for some reason, the stream of smoke coming off the cigarette, you can't see that in here. I don't know why.
Smoke is traveling in the opposite direction of the breeze. So what does that indicate? Wow, that's burning quick. Almost to the center of the ashtray.
Like I said on my live stream, if I had been smart about it, I would have angled this camera down to look at it because this camera has better low light resolution than this one.
Go ahead, take a nice puff off that. Take a big old drag.
And it's nearly pitch dark in here at night when the TV is off. The only illumination is the laptop screen and my second monitor screen.
Where's my smoke going?
That's how good this $11 camera is. $11 HD webcam versus $600 laptop camera.
Yeah.
Look at the difference.
Towards the window.
I'm thinking about maybe getting another one next payday.
Why would it be going against the breeze?
If they're still on sale. They were marked down from $99 to $10.99.
The breeze through the window is hitting the back of my hand, but yet the smoke stream is going against.
Look at it. You can literally see like the
direction of the breeze.
Like from here to here, that's all ash, by the way. Or already.
Toward the window.
This is all ash of the cigarette.
Now it's going straight.
And it burns like that till it gets past the center of the ashtray before it finally tips in.
Yeah, nice little thin.
It's like almost to the it burns almost to the filter before it even falls in because the ash holds it in place. Like the ash never breaks down.
Window, it blows back at because the breeze comes.
It's crazy. And here in a minute, I'm getting the smart idea of angling this camera
That cigarette
on it as well, thinking I might be able to catch the smoke better on the IR camera. I'll shut up so you can listen to me mumble.
Oh, it's glowing right now.
Wish I could zoom in on that.
It's almost halfway to the middle of the ashtray again.
I think all video programs should have zoom capabilities, man. I mean, makes sense.
Are you actually smoking a cigarette? Here comes the train again. What is that, on an hourly schedule or something? You want to wait for the train to go by before you try talking, because I know that's going to be down the road. Seems like it's almost past. Well, that could be feels good though. So we have to turn the fan off, so.
Oh, you still didn't put the camera down yet from the second one. Okay.
No, not yet. There, let me skip ahead 30 seconds.
Cigarettes don't burn like that, just sitting on their finger.
Okay. Oh, shit. There we go.
Yeah.
Let me back up another 20 seconds here. So there's a cigarette resting on, in the ashtray, resting on the arm of the chair. And look how bright it gets every now and again. And then it dims down and gets bright again.
Feature to zoom.
Now, see what I mean? You see this camera, you see the smoke from the cigarette I'm smoking on this camera, but yet you can't see the stream of smoke going up. You see the side stream on mine here, but for some reason the cigarette in the ashtray, you can't see the smoke, and it's going straight up.
Just going to record on here until the cigarette.
Yeah, well, because it's not as close to the to the camera lens.
Yeah. But if I had the lights on and the IR was off, we'd be able to see it. I should have thought of that. I should have thought and turned the lights on for a minute.
On it. Make it glow. Puff on that. Keep it going. I'm almost done.
But turning the lights on probably would have deterred the spirits from participating. Yeah. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't.
Is that you talking?
Now look at that. See how long that ash is now?
Yeah.
That's practically beyond the halfway point of the ashtray, and it's still staying straight across.
Yep. It's like somebody's holding it so it didn't fall.
Almost.
Yeah, that's me. Okay. So when I blew my smoke in that direction, okay. Oh, it's still blowing though. Just about past the halfway point of the center of the ashtray there. Wow. Keep going. Okay. Keep in mind, I'm like 3.5 feet away from there, so I would have to blow pretty hard
get that. See? Oh, it's glowing up again. You can tell if I blow that way, that stream of smoke would be interrupted. That stream of smoke is going straight up, so there's no breeze to make that lit end. Yeah, that is crazy. None of the cameras are showing the stream of smoke though. I should have put the other camera on. That, no, we can do that. If I can do it without. No. Oh yeah, that's right. I did. Yeah. I was thinking maybe Ashes is holding that up. Using that camera. I forgot. The Ash is on the Ash has. But I didn't want to move the chair and all that to get to the other camera. Starting to though. Come on, a couple more puffs, you'll have it done.
Yeah, you could see it glowing and flickering.
Yeah. There goes there goes the end of the ash finally dropping. Is going straight up. There's no breeze blowing on the cigarette. Something is drawing on that cigarette. That is crazy. It hasn't fallen yet because that ashes is holding it up. It should fall in a couple seconds or so. Because the cherry is well beyond the center. The coolest part is when I asked them to blow the smoke my way, and it does it, but you can't see it happen on the video. Just like if somebody was taking a drag off it. Like I covered my mouth with my hand, and I asked him, I says, can you make the smoke blow toward me? And it did. It went all wavy, like it was coming up and went that way and straight up. Like it was twice. Perfect. Twice that happened on per request. Straight, thin stream. I mean, it's
So
like
you had all the lines. You also needed your phone camera facing the cigarette.
It's burning. Well, my phone camera has being held less burnt ashes. It's well beyond the center of the ashtray, where the little center support is. And there wouldn't have been any way to get the image from my phone camera onto the live live video.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, there's no way you can.
Because
I send mine to Google Drive, and then I take it and I can put it anywhere.
But I mean, I couldn't record with the phone at the same time I'm recording everything else during the video.
Right.
You know, because there was no way. Like I didn't want to have being held up by the burn. I thought of maybe doing Zoom and putting that camera on a Zoom and putting that on the OBS. But then that would have been like a big fucking fiasco. So
Okay, if you pan on the upper left with the cigarette button, you can see.
It's still smoking. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to snip it and send it and blow it up and look at it, lighten it.
I'm gonna cover my face. I'm gonna cover my nose and mouth. The cigarette finally fell into the ashtray.
Yeah.
You can a little bit see the smoke stream there. Going up this way. And you can see it when it gets about here, it goes around and then up. So it looks like somebody's like blowing the smoke stream. Blow that smoke. And it only happened those two times. Can you do that? When I asked them to, and then it didn't do it again.
Right.
It's puffing up. See, if I had a black backdrop over here between the chair and the white background here, you'd be able to see the smoke stream. Because the smoke stream is, you can see the top of the smoke stream right here, but so I don't know if y'all saw that or not. I should have done it with the other camera. But the smoke did bend around like somebody blew on it. So I think we're down to the filter, and I think the filter is starting to burn. Yeah, it even after it dropped into the ashtray, it kept going all the way to the filter. One more time, get in the pot. Blow into the stream of smoke. Just one more time before it all goes out. Blow it in all directions. All right, that's about the end of it. Oh, it's going out.
Yeah.
I get up and put it out and.
But that's exactly right. Because even if my cigarette doesn't go out, it doesn't get brighter. It just burns down, and it's just you just see ash. So
Yeah. Yep. Well, that was my little experiment there for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed taking that 6 minutes of your life away.
thank you for showing it to us, and thank you. Yeah, because we're always interested in that kind of stuff. So if you missed it, you can go to Boomer's live stream he had this morning. So just go to Boomer's channel, hit the live stream near the end. He has also caught some audio on there. So if you want to check it out, go check out Boomer's video. I could drop his link in case anybody who doesn't have Boomer would like to see it. Let's go to Boomer. Okay, now Boomer, tell us about this game you're gonna play on. Does anybody in our chat go to D Live? Does anybody know what that is? It's like
Oh, that's
platform.
It's like she has a group of people. They do it like a few times a week, once or a few times a month, like 2-3 times a month. It's kind of like Hollywood Squares type thing. But they name it different. I can't remember what they call it. But it's kind of like a Hollywood Squares game. She gets 9 people on the panel, in the square, and play it like Hollywood Squares, I guess. I've never seen it done before. This is the first time I've ever heard of her doing it. Is when she sent me, she asked me if I wanted to join them sometime. That was
Hi, Debbie.
because she asked me like 2 months ago if I would be interested, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So now Saturday night at 9 is the night I get to participate in it. So it's gonna be fun, I guess. I get to be on a square.
Yes. All right.
Do live
Um,
game.
a D Live game show. How are you, Debbie? I hope you're well.
Hey,
If you guys
Dad.
don't know Debbie, she has some
How are
great
you?
videos about paranormal, so go check her out. Debbie, did you get to 1,000 yet? I know you were right there. You were at 9 something the last time you spoke.
Kevin's cracking me up. He's funny.
Who?
Kevin in chat.
Midas Kevin Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goddamn. How do I find the people? Did they change how you...
Oh wow, Debbie. Drop your link, Debbie, and let people get you and see if anybody here don't have you. Put your
Yeah.
links in.
Oh, I don't know how to work goddamn D-Live. I'm like trying to look at the people I'm following, and I'm like, okay, how do you do that? Subscriptions? No. I thought it was on following, but it doesn't
Is
have
there a
anybody.
reason why Kevin's not blue? I mean,
Hey, Shelly and Cassie. I just
No,
noticed
I haven't updated the mods in a while, except for members.
oh, okay.
Here, stand it, because we're always on. You have to. You can't do it over here. You have to do it on your phone. Yeah,
I can't do it. I tried it because I'm on your channel. It
yeah.
won't let me do it, even though we're on my StreamYard. It's still your channel.
Yeah, no, StreamYard doesn't let you do it. Yeah, it confuses me. Boomer can, I guess, put her link in the chat because I can't figure out how the frick to do it.
I thought you'd already done it.
I
Was
I
that
can't find. I went and followed her, but I can't find who the hell I'm following on D Live. I think because my D Live app is there, so if I go
Oh, that
on,
was my link you put in.
yeah,
Okay.
that was your
All right,
link.
you
Your
put her link.
no.
Oh.
No, couldn't figure it out.
Well, you could go to my channel on here and to my live stream and um in the chat the link is there in the chat my last live stream.
Yeah, but why isn't it showing on D Live where your people are?
All right, well, actually it's not showing the chat to my last live stream. Why is
Oh,
it
it's gonna take a while to upload. Yeah.
it's been 20 hours.
Sometimes when they get behind because of the holiday, you're probably behind. When you
Streamed
get
eight
behind,
hours ago.
takes
Been
forever.
freaking hours, man. 8
Well,
hours,
they may be going over it. Who
fuckers.
knows?
All right. All right, fuck it. Let me
Hi,
let me
Bigfoot.
see if I can get back to her. Let me go to the D Live real quick then.
See, Debbie, did you getting anybody from here?
Yeah, because I can't find where the damn subscriptions are on live, but I think I
I'm
have to
pretty
go
sure I got her.
onto the app.
I think I've had her for a while, but I'm going to go make sure.
Oh, your followers list is underneath
Well,
the
I mean,
video portion of your D Live.
I do have you, but it's in my other channel. So I just subscribed in this channel.
Did
I'm in chat with. So
you hear me,
that's another
Christina?
one.
Yeah, but I think I need to be on the app, and the app is on the phone I'm using to stream.
I'm
On
talking
the other
about.
phone,
I was
I
talking
don't
about
have the
Debbie.
Do Live app.
No, you
Debbie's-
don't have to be. Oh, you mean I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, I'm looking for it.
Okay. Well, what I was talking about is I don't have the app. In order, I think I have
Oh,
to log into the D Live to get who I'm following. It's on
right.
this phone.
You have to be logged in, yes.
Yeah. And I don't know the login because it's
Followers.
not on this phone. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking through my 1 million followers. See if I can find it. There she is. All right, let's go there. Copy link. Go back over here. Paste the link. Boom. There. All right, so that is Coffee Talk with Sandra's D Live link. I will be on her show Saturday night around 9:30.
Oh, yes.
Doing a game show. Oh,
Are you going on with us? Sorry, are we going on Saturday? Are you want me on Saturday with you, Christine, or what?
If you want to do the interview with me, you can. But it's a political interviewing thing. So I don't know if you want to or not.
I don't know. I'm not big on politics. I mean, I am and I
Yeah.
ain't. You know, I kind of keep that because it gets my son worked up. So I'll probably stay in chat. That way he don't know what I'm saying.
That's right. So you don't get your son all worked up. Right.
it's about woman power and women's rights. You ought to be like, all opinionated on that, Mary. Like you all for women's rights and all that.
Did you see Bigfoot Lake come in your chat?
Who?
You say hello to him, Christina? I didn't
Where's
know.
Bigfoot?
I'm sure you seen him.
Hi, Bigfoot. How are you? Welcome in, sweetheart. Good to see you.
Bigfoot.
I was
Bigfoot.
Just
yes.
making sure you've seen him.
Thank you.
She gets to looking down, y'all, and she's doing something.
Yeah,
because the spirits tell her stuff off and on, and she writes it down or whatever. Or
excuses for her, Mary.
That. She doesn't look up, and I remind her. So
don't make excuses for her, Mary. Come on.
No, yeah, I was looking at I can't see it here because of that stupid dollar sign they put on
excuses
now. But yeah.
Well, Bigfoot, if you're still here, I went and added your channel.
Oh,
I got a pretty good channel. What I can see. Very well, it's out there.
Yeah, he's friends with Texas Front Porch, I believe. So Yeah,
Oh
check
yeah,
him
I
out.
like Texas Front Porch. Yeah, I listened to them for a while now.
Yeah.
Cryptids are fake.
Like he's gonna start World War III for you, Freeland, when we get off here.
There's no such thing as Bigfoot.
um,
Uh,
Boomer believes in spirits. He does the spirit aspect of the paranormal.
however, a few years back, around I don't know, it was a year or two after I moved in here. Um, I could have sworn I had a Bigfoot sighting, but as I investigated further, and I went outside on my back porch, and I look out over the parking lot, over by the dumpsters where I heard all the noise. I noticed it was a black bear trying to forage into our dumpsters. They come down from the hills and forage in our dumpsters. But yeah, because I heard this big ruckus. I look out my window and there's all I saw from the window was like this big giant black mass. It was on its hind legs, trying to get the top, trying to get into the top of the thing. So it was up on its hind legs with its front paws on the top of the dumpster. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I ran downstairs and I opened the back door. I take one step and I see it turn its head. And I can see the shit. And I was like, oh shit, that's a black bear. Better not fuck with him because I'll piss him off. He'll want to, have sex with me or something. So I left him.
I think if he was that hungry looking for food in your dumpster, he would just eat you.
Well, black bears don't normally attack humans for food. Usually just out of self defense. But and we don't have grizzlies in our area, so I wasn't. If it was a grizzly bear, he very well would have turned around and started chasing me for food.
Well, I think even the brown bears, because I think the brown bears are even more dangerous than the black. Yeah.
Well, there's brown bear is a general term, but it not all brown. But some that are brown in color are actually black bears. They're just a lighter pigment.
Oh.
Well,
But
it's like this. They're looser hair.
grizzly bears are primarily a dark tan to a light brown, and they usually get a hell of a lot larger than black bear. But yeah, there's different varieties of black bear. The way you can tell the difference is grizzlies have a shorter snout, and black bears typically have a longer, thinner snout.
Ah.
And some of them may appear light in color, but they're in the black bear family. What?
Oh my God. Diane. She said, yeah, eat you first and then sex. She said, protocol. Well, laugh it out loud.
No, they'd have sex with me and then eat. You know how us guys always want a sandwich afterwards? Well, I would be the sandwich afterwards. If it were a grizzly bear. What?
Kevin. Well, if you guys never heard, I know we have a lot of newbies in here. So in case you guys haven't heard, I actually came across a cryptid in my backyard in Long Island. I don't know what it was. Don't ask me. It just wasn't like any other creature that's on the book. And that's why I say it's a cryptid. And really, cryptid just means they haven't discovered it yet, right?
What's
Um,
GR? What's GR?
I agree, Debbie. But with Christina, she puts up stuff every week,
oh,
but it's not always investigations. Like she don't put an investigation up every week by no means.
oh
No,
no.
it's a story
Right.
to
I do my
whatever.
cooking or crafting. I do
Yeah,
different. I do
she's got several
stories.
different things she puts up.
Yeah.
Oh, Grand Rapids. Okay, thanks, Kelly. Yep, they got bears in Grand Rapids. That's for damn sure.
Oh gosh.
Do they have
Um,
black bear there? I know they got grizzlies. I don't know if they have black bear.
I'm gonna need a big ass fence then.
Oh,
So, um, yeah. So I had just moved in to this new place in Long Island, and so I didn't have fence up yet. Um, and I didn't even have my porch built. It was literally just my sliding doors and then a few steps because I didn't build my porch yet. So one day I woke up, I don't know, it was the middle of the night, and I went into the kitchen to get some water.
I like what Big said.
I heard this weird noise, like it was a animal, you could tell, but I had never heard that noise before, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then I heard it, and I looked down out of my kitchen window, and I see this big black fur thing move, and I go, "Holy shit, it's a bear!" Now, so the next day, I tell my coworker who lives in the same community as me, and he says to me, he starts laughing, and he goes, "There's no bears in Long Island," and I'm like, "Oh." He goes, "It had to be a big dog," and I said, "No, this wasn't a dog. I don't know. It was too big. I never seen a big dog like that." I said, "But I'm gonna keep my eye out for it."
There very well could be bear in Long Island. I mean, they're fantastic swimmers.
Yeah,
They can swim that canal easily.
yeah.
To get
So
to Long Island.
so they laughed at me, whatever. So, and I didn't hear it again or see it for a few days. It would come in the middle of the night, like literally between 2 and 4 in the morning. The first time I saw it, I think it was around 2. The second time it was more around 4 in the morning. Okay, before people were getting up to go to work. So my son's father was staying over with me that week, and I hear the call, the animal call, and I hit him. And I say, "Hey, do you hear that?" He goes, "Yeah, it sounds like an African banshee." I'm like, "We're not in Africa. Get up and look at it with me." And he's like, "No." Okay. So I'm like, so I run.
Banshees aren't real.
So I run to the screen door and I open the well, in Africa the African banshee is some
I
kind of
I
dog.
know. I know what it is. I was making a joke.
So
They're
anyway,
like a hyena. They're in the hyena family.
right. So I literally open up the curtain, right? And this thing comes and I go, "Oh!" And it must have, I don't know, heard me. It felt me looking at it. I don't
Hi,
know. And
Tammy.
it turned and it looked at me. So I'm going to describe this animal.
Hey,
Hey,
Tammy.
Pammy.
Long time no
Uh,
see. How you doing?
I'm going to describe what this is. It was on all fours, but just its back legs were like, they weren't straight. They were like bent in, like backwards at the knee, the back paws, the back legs. And it had paws like a dog or a wolf. It had a tail of a lynx, one of those little nubby tails. But if that thing stood up, it would be at least 7 foot tall. And it had ears like a wolf, but when it looked at me, it had a big, long pig snout. Okay? A big, long pig snout. I go, "What the hell has ears like a wolf, a pig snout, back legs like that, a tail. I'm looking at it and I'm like in shock. And I'm like, what the frick is it? It made that noise again and it left. It started running. And I was kind of in a little shock. Then I opened the door to see, see it. I look out. It was already gone. Once I made eye contact with it, I never saw it or heard it again. So I don't know what it was. But that was the only, I'm going to say cryptid because to this day I can't find any animal like that on the books. Not a boar because their legs are not like that. Plus, their legs were long, like a canine or a big bear. But I mean, it was big. I looked at boars, and they don't have tails like that. They don't have a body like that. It was literally long. Like it stood up. It would have been 7 foot tall. It was long.
Have you
It
ever
was
seen a
big,
managed bear?
hairy, black. That snout, I'll never forget. I'm telling you, that thing was crazy.
What is that noise?
That thing was
Sounds like
found dead
somebody's
on the
praying.
beach in Long Island. What
You
was
hear the
found dead
cars
on the
going by in the rain at my house.
Oh, I thought it was a familiar sound.
It rains all the
Hear
time.
that
Here.
all the time.
Really, Pammy? Did they find some kind of creature that they didn't know what it was and washed up on a beach in Long Island? I'm gonna have to look at that.
That was bullshit. AI. Come on.
Oh, did you see it, Boomer?
I don't know. I've seen so much stuff like that on Instagram where there's these supposed strange creatures that washed up it's all AI bullshit.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's on the news though, then I might look at it. If it's on the news,
Not
if
if
it's
it's
something
on
that's on the
Fox.
news,
Fox.
no,
Fake News.
not if it's on the fake news. But you know what I'm saying. If it was on like the Long Island news station saying, "Look, we found this," and they show it, then I might be okay.
Tammy says it was way before AI. Oh, so this was a program on TV you saw years ago? I may have seen it. I used to watch shit like that all the time.
Oh,
Documentaries and stuff like that.
and they still don't know what that animal is? Oh, you see? It could have been whatever that
Is it the
was.
one they thought at first it could have been a mermaid?
A skunk ape. The home of Bigfoot. Oh, actually, I would love to go to the Bigfoot festival. I would.
Why?
Just to meet people and enjoy yourself.
Me, all
I'm
the
a
other
go-to
crazy
person.
people that believe in Bigfoot?
Listen, Boomer, I really believe that Bigfoot is just a very intelligent bear.
And we also believe in unicorns and fairies too, huh?
Not unicorns, but fae folk, yes.
And
But
Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and
because
the Tooth Fairy and Jesus.
I see.
Don't shut that fucking trap window.
Wait a minute.
That's because I've seen a fae folk with my own eyes.
You wonder why
So that's why I believe it.
What I see on that.
At first, you think it's all fairy tales, but
I'm very wary of certain things I see as well on social media, especially Deb. I mean, if it's on social media, you have to question it to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
I mean, yeah, but remember, the very first fake Bigfoot sighting back in the late 60s, early 70s, the first videoed one turned out to be a fake, and they proved it.
Hi, Jen.
That was on national TV. And experts declared that as a hoax. Hi, Jen and Ed and boys and Desiree.
Then some.
No, and then some is John now.
Oh,
Oh, not Desiree, Destiny. Damn it.
Destiny. Yeah.
I keep
Des. Like
Denny.
I was
We're
Lucy.
gonna call her Denny.
Hi, Jan and Eddie.
Hey, Jen, I got some Bubba.
Yeah, but that was my cryptid experience.
Wait, you've mentioned
They
like 3 before. You said you saw like 3 different cryptids at different times. There was the
no that
fairy, the Bigfoot thing, or
well, I
whatever,
don't consider
and
a fairy a cryptid. That's
they
more
are.
of it's a spirit that's in a different realm than we are. It's not. I don't consider it a cryptid. That it.
Everybody else does. I mean, it's a being that has not been identified as, like,
Yeah. Okay. But no.
so
I
they're
put him in the.
cryptids,
I put him in with like
just like
spirit,
gnomes.
like spirit. Yeah, but there's gnomes are not
Gnomes.
actual gnomes. They're earth elementals. But anyway, that's a story for a different day. I don't believe that there's these gnomes that are gnomes, like real gnomes, like you think of garden gnomes coming to life. No, I don't believe that. Okay.
Really? Do
Earth
you believe in
elementals will take the form of like that kind of look, but they're not gnomes. They're earth elementals. Okay.
Okay. So what to you? What would be cryptid? What about chupacabra? The
Yeah, things
chupacabra is a cryptid, right? It's
like
some
the okay, the
Mothman,
Mothman,
Dog
the
Boy,
Mothman,
Goat
the
Man,
Wolfman, the Goat Boy, all that stuff.
all this stuff that can't be proven that's real.
Right.
So what makes all the other stuff different from those that can't be proven real?
Well, because the Fae, I consider the Fae different, not like
You
not like
consider Fae supernatural as opposed to, because Bigfoot and all them, they're not, to me, they're not part of supernatural.
right. Well, because I
So
think they're actual some kind of beings that we didn't discover yet. So,
supernatural beings, yeah.
but I don't think they're supernatural. I think of Bigfoot like
Oh,
a
I thought you were
species.
talking. I thought you were talking about the fairies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
The
So yeah,
elemental.
so the fairies, because they are not in this realm, they don't live in our
Right.
realm. They live in the one under us,
Right.
like angels. I don't consider them angels are not cryptids. They're beings from a different realm. So I don't consider them
Supernatural. Yeah.
cryptids, right? Yeah. So
That's
that
the definition of a supernatural being.
yeah, so that's what I consider the Fae folk to be. Because they
Big
don't live in this
man.
plane. They don't exist in
No,
this plane. They're in a different
no,
plane.
for too long. Way to go, Kevin.
Big hairy man who's teeth. There you go. So that's why I don't consider the Fae cryptid. Because they live in a different realm. I saw one. Their realm is so close to ours. It's closer than the angel realm. So sometimes you can see them because of time. And so, and I actually saw one. Otherwise, I would probably not believe. But I
Well,
saw it with my own eyes.
we all know what kind of realm Christina lives in, people.
I saw it. I was actually was I think I was on live stream and I was on my laptop. And I was on someone else's live stream though, and I was on my laptop and it was stationary, it was plugged in, and they were talking and I looked over and I was just taken aback. I looked over at the window and as I looked over, something flew up and just fluttered there. It was like a big ball of light, but it was so like I mean, it wasn't a big ball of light because it had a shape. It looked like a silhouette of a person with wings of like what a dragonfly wing would look like.
but it had so much light around it. It radiated like it was a glowing. Okay, that's the only way I can describe it. It was glowing, and it was sitting there twinkling, and it had little like feet and legs, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, the fuck am I
Maybe,
looking at? And I'm looking at it, and it notices me, and it shoom, and I run to the window, and I open it
maybe,
again, gone, right? And
maybe
I'm
it
like,
was a dragonfly that was raised in a nuclear waste area.
what was bigger than a dragonfly? I'd
Well,
say,
it would be if it was raised in a nuclear waste area.
I guess so. But anyway, you can't convince me. That was, if people see that thing, that's what they call Fey folk. And so maybe it is something that some kind of animal they didn't discover yet, a glowing, thing that, but that thing was a fairy. That's the definition of what a fairy should look like.
Well, I mean, there are lightning bugs, so if that's possible, you know what I mean? Like if a bug can, there's a chemical within lightning bugs that make them light up when they
Oh
want.
yeah, but this
So
was
it's possible.
the whole thing was glowing,
Yeah, I mean,
like
it's
I
possible
can't even
there's
describe
something
it.
out
Nothing
there that could be
glows like that. It looked like a
self-illuminating.
fucking light bulb.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it. I mean, if lightning bugs are possible, it could be possible that there's some kind of thing out there that's
It
self-illuminating.
could be,
Whether you want to
but
call
I
them
mean,
fairies or whatever, but
it could be. It could be some animal they did. It could be a cryptid that they didn't discover
I mean,
yet. But I don't. But to
nobody
me,
nobody thought platypuses were real until they
well,
discovered.
yeah, nobody even they thought the kangaroo was a cryptid. They thought the guy who told them about it was a nutcase until they freaking discovered them.
It's
You
a
know.
giant rat on two legs and it hops around and beats people up.
No, well, then they didn't. They would see it from afar, and he's like, they carry their babies in their pocket, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" Until that part of Australia, until they
Right?
colonized it, nobody knew what they were.
The natives did. They just didn't have a word for them.
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem.
don't mean to sound mean or sexist, but do you think the reason why men fail to see spirits is because they just don't have the capacity? No, and I think a lot of males see spirits.
Yeah, that's like totally off. I know I have seen them at times. My son sees them quite a bit.
Yeah, my son
Um,
sees them too.
if you watch Psychic Kids, the majority of the kids from that show who see spirits are male, so that it
Yeah,
got
I
nothing
think
to do with male
no,
or
I
female.
Sheep, Debbie, and kangaroos kick somebody's ass if they get nasty with one of them. I wouldn't want
oh
to
yeah,
piss off a kangaroo.
right.
Yeah,
I,
I mean, I saw a
I
video
think
where one was attacking some guy's dog, and the guy had to go in and save the dog.
yeah,
That
I
was
think what
cool.
it is really is that as m- boys or males get older, like my son,
Uh,
when he first started seeing them and he told somebody,
Cameraman?
they would tell him that he was crazy, that he's too old to have imaginary friends. I mean, what they didn't tell him. So he was put off by the whole thing. So that's it. He wanted to block it out. And I think men um decide as they get older and realize, I think they block it out. I think they don't want to see them because they don't want to
I don't think
um
it has anything to do with being men or women, though. Like,
no, women will block them out too, but I find more men, like even the guy on my corner, he's like in his 60s, right? He will talk to me through my mind. One time he asked me telepathically if I could cross over a spirit. So him and the spirit were talking to me telepathically as I was inside his store. But he will never mention it out loud because according to the spirit that he sent home with me, because I asked him, well, what's his problem? Why didn't he just ask me? There was
Well, it's
nobody else
against his
there.
religion for starters.
And he was like, no. He said he's scared of it. He understands it's going on, but he really hates it. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. So it's out of the norm. And I think men like normalcy more so than women are a little more, whatever. you know? But a lot of men like
I
normalcy.
disagree. I disagree with that analogy. I don't think it has anything to do with.
No, he's not Asian, Kelly. He's Italian.
I know more men that see spirits on a daily than women.
But do you think they go around telling I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
like I
I
said,
mean,
I know this guy sees it. I know my son
on
wanted to, but
TV
doesn't
shows
talk
and
about
stuff.
it.
I mean, how would I know if they? How would I know if these people are seeing them if they're not telling me that they're seeing them? So obviously, the only way I know is because they're admitting to it. My son being
Well,
one
yeah, but
admits to
sometimes
seeing
your,
apparitions.
your
So,
family
you
is
know what
gonna
I'm
tell
saying?
you, your son, your best friend, whatever. But I don't know about
The
the TV
guys
shows.
on
Some
all
of them
these
are-
all the guys on these shows, they're all, you know, they wouldn't be on the show if they weren't
yeah.
admitting to the being able to, do what they do.
Do
I
you
see
think
more
some?
of that. I see more of that with men than I do women.
Oh yeah, and
As far as
you know what
admitting,
I notice? Well, more women do it
It
the
could be
other way.
because he's male too, so they feel more comfortable going to him
these
and telling him
these
than he do
women,
coming to us.
if you ever notice on those TV shows, like the psychic shows and stuff like that, they admittedly say, "Oh, I don't see him like you see me. I see him with my third eye in my head. I can see them standing by you." That the women are the ones like explaining that they see them in that manner, like I see them that
Right.
way. Okay, and it's more the men
That
psychic
see them with their
medium
eyes.
that
Yeah.
admit that they can see them standing in the room behind so and so or whatever. And I see more of the men doing that than I do women on any of those shows I've watched.
Well, I realized
Whether
that the
they're
women.
being honest or not, because
Yeah, that's a
a
whole
lot of
other
them
story.
are faking bullshit and saying this and that anyway. But the point is, you're saying less men are willing to admit it, and I don't agree because, from my understanding, there's more men out there willing to admit that they have this gift and can see things than I've seen women admit. You know what I'm saying?
See, because women do it the other way. Women more consider themselves mediums, right? So they give messages. They
So
don't
do men.
tell people, right? But you see way more of those shows with like tarot card readings and
No,
messages from
no, I don't
spirits
watch
and
those.
all that stuff from females.
No, I don't watch those shows of fortune tellers and tarot readers and shit like that. I'm talking
Well,
about the psychic mediums, like Long Island Medium, and along
yeah,
those lines.
but a lot of those TV shows or whatever. If
Well, that's
you
why I said. I mean, they
right,
may not
but I
necessarily be real, but the point is, they're
right,
admitting to a gift. And I
right.
see more
But
men stepping up and admitting to their gifts than women.
well, what I'm saying is
You know,
I
like,
see more women around like YouTube and stuff doing, and it's not, I don't consider it fortune telling when, hey, I've been getting this from the spirits. Like when spirits talk to you, you go and tell people, right? If it's a message for a person. I see more women doing that than men.
I don't know what a mib and a wib is, Kevin. What's a mib and a wib? I'm not familiar with that. Mib could be Men in Black.
Men Men in band and women in band?
No, there's supposed to be a space between MIB and.
Oh, okay.
And MIB and WIB. I don't know what
So
they
men
are.
and women in black.
Whoa, back off the mic a little bit. Holy shit. My speakers.
Sorry, I got up and I was too close to the mic when I was
Blow my
Well, I can
speakers.
say
and
now that I
you'll
got
owe me
can get it.
$50, okay? Just
If
saying.
I can get a word in edgewise between you two.
No, you can't, damn it.
I'm teasing. I actually see both ways. I see with my mind's eye.
Did
And
she
I
just
see
say
with
she
my
goes
eyes.
both ways?
Huh?
Wow. Something we never knew about you, Mary.
But I just don't tell everybody that. You know that. We don't tell everybody that we are around. You don't walk up and say, "Hey, I can do this and I can do that." Because you know how people think. Like, you're crazy.
I can't
We're
remember
gonna
if
lock
I
you
subscribed to
up.
Deb or not.
You
Deb,
know,
do
so-
you do content? Oh yeah. Oh shit, she got a lot of content.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, I am subscribed to Deb. How come I never see
Yeah,
her?
no. Yeah,
Oh,
she has
she don't do lives. That's why.
right, yeah. But she
Okay.
has got a lot of videos.
She got tons of videos. How come you never live stream, Deb? Are you camera
You
shy?
know, you don't even have to be on the screen because you could do like those other people where you play it like Frostmare or whatever, where they just string all your videos together and play it live. Like just let the video play. You don't even have to be on there. True
Yeah,
story.
that's lazy.
And she can go live and don't have to show herself like I do.
Yeah.
I like being a mystery. Well, that you are, Deb. That you are.
Well,
Wait,
but that's what I'm saying. Like
she's the
if
one
you
in
just
Australia, right?
if you just play your shows, your videos in a stream live, they don't know who you are.
Deb, you're in Australia, right?
If she's the one I'm thinking of, she goes home with somebody else all the time.
Who's going home with who? What are you talking about?
She goes on live with somebody else a lot.
Oh, she goes on live with someone else. No, she likes to be mysterious, she said. So she doesn't go
So I'll
live.
say Debbie then, but which is okay.
Joe,
I know she lives in okay. The one I'm talking about
Yeah,
lives in.
I'm based in Sydney.
Australia.
Okay, so you're in Sydney. You should
No,
be
the one I'm thinking
familiar
about
with
lives in-
that unsolved murder case back in the
It's not you, Debbie. It's another one.
1948. I believe it was 1948. The Somerton Man case. Are you familiar with that? The Somerton Man case? They just recently finally identified who the unidentified man was. Recently, a couple years ago, they did a ancestry thing and found, I think, 2 living members of the
Good night,
family.
Scott. Thanks for being here.
But for 5 years, I followed that case and tried to solve that cryptid message that they found, and still have yet. Nobody's cracked the code yet. Nobody cracked that cryptid message, but they did finally identify the guy. Well, I was just curious.
Oh yeah, you can do some true crime like that. Australia has a lot of weird crimes.
I can't hear Mary talking.
He let me
Because I
talk,
keep
Diane.
interrupting you, Mary.
He let me talk. It's okay. Trust
Oh,
me,
there she is.
if I want
I
to
hear
talk, I'm going to over talk him. Let me tell you. So
Sorry, it's
I
like
was just teasing him.
I wasn't like I couldn't hear you earlier, so I didn't know when I was talking over you or not.
You're fine.
I know.
You
Yeah.
didn't, you didn't talk over me. It's okay.
Sounds interesting. I was looking at Jack the Ripper.
Really, Debbie?
They believe they found
That would be really cool to do a story on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe you could do some videos about the history of the Jack the Ripper and put them on your channel, and then go on. And then when they keep going and they find where they find out about it, then you can put that on there too.
We had a serial killer in our area back in the 80s. They still haven't figured out what it is. For about 3 years, and one of those victims was discovered in a cornfield 2 miles away from where me and my friend's family was camping out near the lake. He killed, I think, 5. And his MO was young blonde women, if I remember right.
Oh, well, at least you were safe.
And suddenly, like, they just stopped. So the thing, we were out on the porch, me, my girlfriend, her sister, and their brother. We were sleeping on cots out in this screened-in porch area of the cabin, and her mom comes blowing through the door, screaming at us, "Get up, get up, get in the house, get in." And we're like, why? It's because they just heard on the radio that there was one of the his young victims was discovered about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from us in a cornfield. I was like, damn.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, I mean, it's just sudden. I think it was after that one that the murder just ended. Like there wasn't another report of a murder after that one, in with that MO.
Well, in that area, like all he had to do in the 80s was move
Yeah,
to
well, that's what they assumed may
state
have
line.
happened. They assumed he moved on to a different area. But yeah, so
Yeah, so they wouldn't get caught. They move around, so you know.
yeah, he was doing it from the late 70s to the mid 80s. In that amount of time, he accumulated, I think they said 5 or 6 victims or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, but
Well, look at that woman who turned in their furniture. Look at that woman who was making lampshades and stuff out of human skin, and that was back in the World War II Depression
are we
area.
talking about a female
Era.
version of
Well, I don't know if I
Buffalo
don't know if she
Bob?
was helping somebody or what, but I remember I don't know if it was a woman who made her or not. Come to think of it, but it's the lamp they have found with it is in the um, museum for the concentration camp. So I say they were taking the skin from the victims there and making furniture with them.
Wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
So I mean, it is crazy. I can't even imagine. I hope the people were dead when they were doing that, when they started
I
it. I
hope.
hope they would already passed and didn't suffer no pain through it, whatever.
Yeah,
And
because
that's. But if you look it up, because I remember that time it's in they had it in Terre Haute here in Indiana. It was at one of the museums up there by Indianapolis that they had a special, I don't know, a setup or whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Wait,
But anyway,
Was
My
it
cousin,
in Indiana? Was
my
it in
cousin
Indiana where
Samantha,
Buffalo Bob was?
huh?
Wasn't that in Indiana as well? The Buffalo Bob story,
Hey,
where the Silence of the Lambs.
I think so, but
It,
it's up in Indiana. It's up the northern part of Indiana. Yeah. Um, but anyway, you guys know Samantha, Sammy that comes in chat and stuff a lot.
no, never heard of
Anyway,
her.
well, it's her brother. He was in school and he went there to see this meet the lady who was in that concentration camp and see all the stuff. And she told him that it was made out of human skin and that they were doing that and making stuff with their skin and stuff, stretching it and
Oh,
all that. And he just come home. He was so sick from it that it took him a minute to get past it. I mean, he was just a kid, to think about that. But it was something that happened then. He said he couldn't believe that people could be so mean like that and be like
oh.
that. But they were ruthless. They didn't
Well,
care.
there was a killer. I was just watching a true
It's
crime.
called being criminally insane.
Yeah, and these two brothers, they had their father, their father left them a pig farm, and it wasn't making a lot of money. So what they decided to do was start having these parties, and they would charge. So they made one of the big barn things into like
It
a
makes you
club,
a
like
person.
a nightclub kind of thing, right?
A
And
slaughterhouse.
they would have people come in and pay, for the drinks and pay to get in, whatever, and they would party. Well, he would find a girl that he liked and take them to show him the rest of the house, whatever. He would do whatever he did with them, and then he would kill them, and then he would put them in the sausage, and then he would feed it to the people who would come to the party.
Oh, I remember hearing something about that.
Oh my God! I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
how
that's it. There's a
disgusting!
lot of people like that out there in the fucking
Okay, let me
crazy
read this. It says, you said
fucking
that about
cannibals.
Indiana, right? So I looked it
Yeah.
up. I asked Google, and AI overview comes up. It says,
Mm-hmm.
yes, several serial killers have been connected to Indiana or have had their crimes occur there. One notable case is that of Herbert Richard Baumeister. Am I saying that right? Baumeister, I think I am, because it's
Baumeister?
Baumeister,
Yeah.
who was suspected of killing over a dozen men, many of whom were last seen at gay bars in central Indiana. Because I
Yep.
remember central Indiana being up there in the middle of Indiana. Yeah, I
I
knew it was north of me.
drove by that house. The one where they ended up finding 12 of the bodies in a small wooded area on the property of that house.
Uh huh.
And it was on they went to that place on an episode of one of those paranormal shows, and he had an indoor pool where he would invite them in to have a swimming party
Yeah.
and stuff like that and end up murdering them. I drove by that fucking house when I lived out in Indiana. That's crazy.
He came under suspicion for these murders and was also connected to the murders of 12 other men along Interstate 70 in Indiana and Ohio. Yeah, because 70 runs through Indianapolis and runs to Ohio.
Yep.
Additionally, Larry Eiler, also known as the Interstate Killer, murdered teenage boys and young men in the Midwest, including Indiana, between 1982 and 1984.
He had a
And
partner
I remember
too
that.
they
I remember
never
that
caught.
real well too.
He had a partner that they never caught too. He worked with a partner, the highway
He had
killer.
He had an older partner. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was young. This Herb Baumeister, he was young.
Yeah, he was like in his 30s or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was. born in 47 and died in 96. But he was young doing the stuff. Let me see what it says. He was an American businessman and suspected serial killer who came under suspicion of murders over a dozen men in the mid-1990s, most of whom were last seen as gay bars. Police ultimately found the remains of 11 men, 8 identified at Baumeister's property. He died by suicide after a warrant was issued for his arrest. Since his death, he has come under suspicion for the murders of 12 others. All right, so 47 to 96, how old does that make him? 47, 57
50.
is 10.
Around 50.
Huh?
Around 50. Right?
47, 57 is 10.
Huh?
47 and 57 is not 10. Shit. I don't know where I got
But
that.
yeah.
Right.
From 47 to 57
Sorry.
is 10.
I lost it.
67 is 30. 77 is 40. 87 is 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be around 60 years old. But
yeah.
the picture of him, they must not have had an older picture then, because he sure ain't no 60 years old in this picture. And his mugshot from 1986.
He started it. He started early.
It's
it
1986.
for like,
he was young.
He was doing it for a long fucking time, like 20 years or so. So he was in his late 30s, early 40s when, you know.
Well, yeah, he was born in Indiana.
Yeah. Well, most of your serial killers are.
Hey, Herbert Richard Baumeister, April 7th, 1947, Indianapolis, Indiana. He died in Ontario, Canada. Suicide by gunshot.
Oh yeah, well, see how he left the country? He left the whole United States to go to Canada, did not get caught.
Freddy Krueger.
And he married somebody in 71, and he's got 3 children. You know them children still living. Do you think that's just crazy that this woman surely she knew something about it, or would suspect something? I mean, if my husband was out murdering people,
yeah,
I think
but you know, something. Some of these women are so afraid of the men, they don't say anything because they don't want them to beat them, kill them, so they just keep quiet.
Well, I mean, I guarantee you I could get away with being a serial killer living a regular life with a family.
Well, if you're not killing them at home, yeah, of course. But
as long as you're not doing it in your own basement.
Yeah, but this guy,
there's ways around it. Traveling, most of the male serial killers who have families are traveling businessmen.
Yeah,
salesmen and what have you.
Yeah,
and use that as their way to get around from people finding out what
they said. That he in his childhood reportedly, Baumeister's childhood was reported normal, but he began exhibiting antisocial behavior by the onset of adolescence. Friends later recalled his urophilia and how he used to ponder what it would be like to taste human urine. He also enjoyed urinating on teachers' desks and playing with dead animals. In his teens, Baumeister's behavior caused his father to have him submitted to mental examinations. He was subsequently diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and antisocial personality disorder, but did not receive further psychiatric treatment. Imagine that. In 1965, Baumeister attended Indiana University for a semester before dropping out, but returned in 1967 to 72. He attended a semester at Butler University. Drifted through a series of jobs marked by strong work ethic, but also by increasingly bizarre behavior.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many serial killers are in the like medical field, teaching
Right. I
field,
mean, this is crazy.
college professors. It's always the most intelligent people that are serial killers are generally of the more intelligent.
Well, yeah, because
people.
if they weren't, they would get caught quicker.
I gotta mute.
I'm glad I'm
myself.
just a
Phone call
dumb.
comes through.
I'm glad I'm just a dumb.
Well, you would think though now it would be harder to be a serial killer because all the like all the technology with the linking, so now police can put into the database this is the MO of the killer, and then more cases would come up, and then they'd have a lot of more evidence. So you think it would be harder? Wouldn't you think that it would be harder now to be a serial killer than it was in the 80s?
Nowadays, yeah, like with all the technology, surveillance out there and everything. Yeah. I mean, I can't see somebody being a serial killer for very long these days because back in the early days, it was a lot more common. Serial killers were a lot more common than fucking common everyday burglars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't even get that much burglars going anymore because everybody's got home security now with cameras and everything, and it's like
like the guy next to me installed 3 freaking cameras, big, humongous, $500 job.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I saw them.
The
I like the
backyard.
setup.
Now I can understand the front yard.
I like the
But
setup.
in the backyard, you know how
But do
you'd
you
have to
know
climb over 6 fences?
But listen, the most common area of entry is the back door. So it makes sense to have the surveillance focused on the back because most burglars and invaders are going to try to enter the back before they will the front.
Yeah, but let me tell you how it's set up.
I saw how it was set up.
Yeah, but to get into my backyard, there's a metal fence that you would
There's a little stone wall. There's a fence.
Have the key.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
in order to get to that without a problem.
In order to get to his backyard, you would have to, I don't know, climb over my 6-foot fence in the alley, jump over there, and get into his house. Or you have to go to the neighbor on the other side
because you don't like the idea of somebody's cameras pointing into your backyard.
It's like Kelly said, you're not getting away with anything these days. You're not.
I don't give a shit because I'm not doing anything but planting my plants and
Me
shit.
either.
I don't care.
Me either, but you know,
I went back there in my
they didn't have all that DNA and stuff like that.
You put the cameras, then that's up to you if you want to see me in my bikini or not. I don't give a crap.
I mean,
but
you never know when you're being watched.
Back there in my bikini, and I don't care.
we had neighbors across from us that actually, and at one point, had a camera in their window, like you guys use, you know, the little ones, and it set and pointed towards our house. But of course, it could have been looking for their front door, you know, see if they see anybody come up, walking up, or whatever. But it was still pointed at our house. I said, you know, nobody's private anymore. Not even if you got a private fence. There's nothing private about that either.
There's no expectation of privacy in the public. Okay, you have no legal standing of invasion of privacy if you are in a public forum. Okay, so you can put your cameras 360 around your house outside, and legally you're within your rights because it doesn't. once you step outside, you're in public eye. You have no expectations of privacy.
Yeah.
Where that
So
line ends is when you're inside your own private residence. That's the only place you have privacy anymore.
but that's my only problem with his one camera. Because when I get up, sometimes I get up in the middle of the night, right? When I go to walk into the kitchen, the motion sensor turns on and the camera turns on. I'm like, I don't want this motherfucker seeing me in the middle of the night through my kitchen window. That's why I hung
close
so
your
much
drapes.
stuff there.
Close your blinds.
There's no blinds in the kitchen.
Well, put some blinds up in your windows.
Well, I put a whole bunch of shit there now so you can't see, but like,
At least it's not pointing in your bedroom window. Come on.
no. Well, yeah, but still, like, why do you need to see my kitchen? Like, you should have had it a little that way.
Well,
So
I
you
don't
can,
think that was his. I don't think that's deliberate. I don't think that's his
yeah,
main purpose is to look into your fucking kitchen window. I mean,
right,
like this camera here, when I have it pointing outside during the day, like my neighbors right out back here, the end of that building, because that building goes that way, our building goes this way. So this one, my bedroom window looks right at the end of that building where there's a bedroom window there. Okay.
yeah.
But I wouldn't, it's like it just happens. Like you can't, prevent somebody from watching their property just because you happen to have a window in the view of their surveillance.
Right.
And that location is a prime location where somebody would most likely sneak around the house. So
Right.
as far as surveillance advantages, he's got it set up right. Like ain't nobody getting in that place without being seen.
Well,
so
you're just talking about DNA being done and all children have DNA done at the hospitals. Well, if they take blood when they're first born, like newborn, right after they come out, it's chances are they're carrying their mother's DNA, and it takes like a little bit of time, and then they basically turns into theirs. But
Yeah,
I know this to happen because I was at the hospital one day, and well, my kids was little, and they were talking about it. The nurses was that the DNA come back as her mother's DNA instead of her own.
hey, Kim.
And then like the next day they took it again, and it was the child's then. But it's crazy how that happens. But I could see that happening. I mean,
hi
the
Kim.
life support.
How do we get to DNA?
Because they said something about
Debbie.
it in the chat.
Hi, yes. How are you, sweetheart?
Every child born in the hospital must have its DNA stored on a database. If there is a crime, they screen the site for DNA and hidden biometric. Oh yeah, yeah. In the U.S., legally, you can't use the DNA database to identify somebody, unless it's a murder case, unless it's a murder victim. Fingerprints are open season. Like, if your fingerprints are on file somewhere, they can go through that. And if your fingerprints match a crime scene, they go on that. But our DNA database, they cannot access that as means to identify an individual, unless it's a murder victim or a dead body.
I mean, say the only way they can is a murder victim or
the main sources of identification for dead bodies these days are dental anyway. And then they'll go to DNA if the DNA is in their database. Hospitals don't store your DNA in the database.
Yeah.
Not that I know of, not here. Like the blood that they draw from you is used one time because blood deteriorates after a while. So it's only good for a certain amount of time to test for like diseases and things like that. And after that, it deteriorates. You're better off getting fresh DNA off a 20-year-old corpse than you are getting DNA from blood that they
Right.
drew from you when you were a child. So
Yeah, Debbie, it's true. If you give them your consent, they can. That's why I don't send my DNA to any of those ancestry places. No, you know, nope.
oh yeah, Australia is hard on that shit, man. You commit a crime in
Right
Australia,
now we're just talking about some true crime
your ass
and
is grass.
yes. But you were talking about sleep paralysis. That is like it happens to so
I
many
used to,
people. We were talking about it the other day, Debbie.
yeah, I used
Crazy.
to experience that when I was a
My
kid. I
son,
used to have night terrors and sleep paralysis, and yeah,
see now, I don't. I had one instance of, but it was a paranormal thing, which is why I had this sleep paralysis. My son also had experience paranormal, which is why he couldn't move. But I never had it like a regular sleep paralysis or I when I was very young, like up until 7, my mother said I used to sleepwalk, but right after 7, I stopped. So I don't know.
the sleep hag, Kelly said. The sleep hag.
Hi,
Now, I never
Brandon.
saw the
How are you?
hag. I never saw the hag, but I used to experience it almost every night as a kid. Like my eyes would open, but nothing else. Like I'd be laying there staring at the ceiling, and I was lucky I was able to breathe. Like it felt like I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't move, couldn't talk, couldn't call out for my mom and dad. All I could do was lay there and stare at the ceiling until I drift off back to sleep. That's how I experienced it. And then the night terrors. Holy shit! I'd wake up screaming, swinging, and like I broke my cousin's ribs one time because I was having night terrors. We were all
Wow.
camping out downstairs in the living room, and oh no, that wasn't the night terror one. The night terror was I was at their place. I was on the bottom bunk. One of my cousins was on the top bunk, and there was another small bed across the room. So it was me and my two cousins, and I was on the bottom bunk, and suddenly I just woke up, like swinging and screaming, and my cousin jumps down to try to hold me, and I end up clocking him, punching him in the face. My aunt comes running upstairs, wondering what's going on. She tries to, and they could only stand there and watch and wait until it was over. And then I woke up and she was like, "What the hell you guys been smoking?" Like nothing. It's like nothing but cigarettes. I had a night terror. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. My son had a weird experience. He went with his father. I didn't tell you guys this one. He went with his father for a moving job over the weekend, and he they stayed at some hotel, and so they they were in the same room, but it was 2 twin beds in the room, right? So my son kind of wakes up, and he's like, can't move. And he's like, what the hell is going on? And all of a sudden, he feels all these hands on him. Not like there was multiple people pulling on him from like as coming up from out of the bed. and like the bed felt like it was sinking, so he felt like he was being pulled into the bed, and he wanted to start screaming, but he couldn't, and he was flipping out, and he couldn't do anything, and all of a sudden it stopped. Oh man, he jumped out of that bed. He was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I'm never staying." He told us, "Well, I'm never staying in that hotel again." Uh-huh.
Deb, that's a myth. That's a wives' tale. I used to sleepwalk as a kid too, and it's an actual medical condition. With sleepwalkers, I used to wake up in the backyard sometimes. Um, One time it was right after uh, our beagle died, and we kept him out back in a coop. And the night, that night after we, buried him and stuff, I apparently ended up sleepwalking out to the backyard and crawled inside his coop and laid down there and slept in his coop. My mom wakes up the next morning. She's trying to get us up for school. She goes and sees that I'm not there and starts freaking out. She's running around yelling for me. And I hear her yelling. I wake up and I'm looking around. I was like, I'm laying in Bo's coop. Like, how'd I get here? My mom looks out and she sees me crawling out from the doghouse and walking. And she goes, "What the hell are you doing out there?" I was like, "I don't know." Like, somehow I must have walk out here and woke up in my dog's doghouse.
Yeah. Like my mother said, I used to do it, not so often, but I used to. I only remember the last time. And I maybe because I remember, like I remembered kind of that it stopped. I don't know. So, well, I remembered it, which was odd because usually you don't remember what happens when you're sleepwalking.
Oh yeah,
So,
during it. Yeah, I never remembered anything, the process during it.
right, but like I remember going through the process in my head, but I was sleeping, you know? Um, and
Right.
that was the last time, and I was like 7. And I remember I I don't know if I remember it because I was dreaming it.
Yeah,
You
that's what I was
understand?
gonna say. Did it feel like you were like going through a real life living dream?
It felt like I thought I was dreaming until my mother well, I'll tell you what happened. So we had just moved to the well, we had been there a few months, and we're living on the second floor. So when we lived on a first floor, my mother wasn't so worried about me walking around or even going out the door because there was no stairs or anything, right? um Although I could have walked out the door and got hit by a car, who knows, but there was a lot of doors to go out of. I had to go out of the apartment door, then 2 big main doors to get outside. So I was figuring she would hear you anyway. But most of the time it would be in the house. She would put me back to sleep, and I never knew it happened until the last time. So we were living on the second floor, and my room was pretty close to the door. Thank God my mother was still up. So she was watching something in the living room, so you could kind of see the hallway. And but she wasn't paying attention. She was watching something on TV, so she really wasn't paying attention. And then she heard the lock and the door, and I started walking down the stairs.
Right.
And my mother's like, "Hey, hey," and she's calling me, but of course I don't hear her because I think I'm dreaming.
That's the wrong
I'm
thing to
dreaming.
do. Never wake a sleepwalker.
So she was afraid I was going to fall down the stairs or whatever. She got scared. So she kind of ran on the side of me and stood like in the front of the stairs walking backwards. And then she stood in front of the door and I just walked into her. And I kept trying to walk. And then she's like, "What if I pick her up?" She didn't know what to do.
Right.
And so she picked me up and she started going me up the stairs. And I'm still moving like I'm walking.
Right.
And then like I woke up and she's holding me and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm going to the parade. And she goes, what the fuck parade? She goes, it's 2 a.m. I'm like, huh?
Uh,
And then I realized, I go, oh, I was dreaming. I was going to the parade. She's like, don't do that. Don't dream that you're going outside the house because you're gonna fall. And then they had to actually take the lock off and move the lock up where I couldn't reach it, so I couldn't get out the door.
right.
But she doesn't remember me sleepwalking again after that. But I remember like going down the stairs like I was going to the parade. I think it was near Thanksgiving, so I was trying to go to the Thanksgiving Day parade, but you know, but I haven't done that since I was young. Old hag syndrome, sleep. This explains it. My ex has had it. Said it was so scary. Someone was trying to drag him out of the bed. Oh, well, my son had someone trying to pull him into the bed. Um, but not one person, many person, because it was like a lot of hands trying to pull me, and I'm fighting it. Oh, he said it was terrible. He said, thank God it was only that one time at that hotel, but he goes, I'm never going back to that hotel. It was scary. I said, no, I don't blame you. I would definitely never go to that room again either. Hmm.
You should Google what causes sleepwalking. It's very interesting.
Oh, yeah?
I thought it was just gonna be a short, simple, short and sweet answer, but like there's a whole shitload of explanation as to why, how, and stuff it could happen. I mean, they don't know an exact cause of why some people sleepwalk, but there's four different factors involved with sleepwalkers and possible reasons as to why they do.
Well,
But
I'm curious if there's
when
a thing.
the thing, uh, sleepwalking, all right, what you do while you're sleepwalking, that's all subconscious memory controlling your body into what, you know. So it's kind of like muscle memory. All right, so when you're sleepwalking, you're not your subconscious isn't gonna make you do anything your conscious hasn't already taught you to do. So when it comes to like going downstairs and stuff like that, for the most part, like you're gonna be able to navigate. Because I did, obviously, because my bedroom was on the second floor, and somehow I navigated from the second floor through the dining room, through the kitchen, out the door, and
Yeah,
to the doghouse, right? And I
Mary
did that
kicked
all my
herself.
sleep and that's why they say never wake a sleepwalker, especially if they're navigating a staircase. If you startle them, that's when like bad shit can happen because they suddenly
Right.
wake up, they see themselves there, and they may fall down. But while they're sleepwalking, their subconscious is taking control. They're doing just what they always did while they're conscious, and they can navigate just as easy.
Right.
It's that moment where somebody kind of frightens them a lot or awake. I was gonna say a lot, frightens them awake, and that's when bad shit happens. That's why they say you should never wake a sleepwalker, but there are methods you can use to guide them while they're going without waking them. You can say, now you want to turn around here and you want to walk this way, and what's that called, suggestive,
Right.
you know um but it's kind of like being in a hypnotic state, I guess, because it's like,
I was curious if it said anything about like it's more common in children and the reason or something. But if they don't know what causes it, I guess they wouldn't know the reason of.
well, I didn't look
Why
through it all, but some of the
children?
reasons, genetics and family history could be a factor. They got 3 bullets on that. And there's sleep deprivation and disruption. It is a could be a factor, and there's 2 bullets on that. I'm not going to read those. I'm not
Mhm.
reading the bullets, just the highlighted. Okay,
Right.
triggers and medical conditions, like stress, medications, alcohol, fever, sleep disorders, brain injury. That could explain mine, because I've experienced brain injuries from day one. It's like I was constantly in the hospital with some sort of head injury throughout my life. I can't tell you how many concussions I've had. Anyway, okay, so migraines, shift work, like this disrupted sleep schedules, like those experienced by shift workers, can also, yeah. So sudden changes in your daily routines, like working split shifts and things like that could cause it. Other factors: new environments and hormonal fluctuations. So those are some of the
So yeah,
likely,
we were in that new house, so
yeah,
maybe in the
that, yeah,
beginning,
you were in a new environment.
yeah.
Now, did they end while you were still living there, or not till after you moved out?
No, they ended when I was still living there because we lived there for
Right. Oh, okay. So it took you time to reacclimate yourself to a new place.
maybe, yeah, because I was young,
So by the time you've been there a while, you stopped sleepwalking because you got used to your new environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You link to things such as not getting enough sleep, other conditions that affect blah, 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 blah.
Yes, Debbie.
Oh, here we go. This is the question I should have. Okay. Now, in the other question, it says, do sleepwalkers know what they're doing? Let's see. Many sleepwalkers have no memory of their sleepwalking episodes, likely because sleepwalking occurs during non REM sleep, and
Mhm.
the individual is not fully conscious or aware of their actions. However, research suggests view source that some sleepwalkers may have dream-like experiences during their episodes. So yeah, the subconscious, your subconscious, is running your body
Right.
basically.
That's why maybe that one time I remembered what I was doing, but also
Right,
my mother woke me up, like she interrupted the whole thing
right,
by picking me up and walking me back up the stairs to put me in my room.
right.
So
Yeah, I mean, they say like if a sleepwalker is awakened suddenly during their sleepwalking, they may have some memory of doing it. But usually, if they let the course play out, when they wake up the next morning, they have no recollection of it.
yeah,
The only reason why I realized what happened to me is because I woke up in a totally different area. Like I
right,
didn't sleepwalk, go back to bed, and go to sleep.
right,
Those ones that do that, they like. There's people that sleep eat and don't remember. Like they'll wake up in their bed the next morning, go down to the kitchen, and the kitchen looks like a tornado tore through it.
yeah,
Food all over the place and everything, because in their sleep they did that, but they don't remember doing it because
yeah,
it wasn't interrupted. Now, if somebody had came in to the kitchen in the middle of them dipping their raw bacon into a jar of mayonnaise and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" and they wake up and they're like, they may recall doing some of that.
Right.
Because they were suddenly woke up in the act of doing it.
Right. Well, my grandmother used to do that. My aunt didn't wake her though, but she would hear her. She would hear her get up out of bed, go
Yeah.
to the refrigerator, eat something, go back. She would do this like 4 times a night in the middle of the night.
Right.
And my aunt was like, "Why are you getting up to eat? Like, do I not feed you enough?" And my
Did Mary
grandmother
Rage
was
quit? I think Mary
like, "No,
Rage
she,
quit.
she said she was getting shortness of breath, so she jumped down to the chat."
How she get shortness of breath? She barely said 2 words the whole time. If anybody should be shorted of breath, it should be Christina. Holy shit, man.
I will never take it.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna find a picture of a skeleton like laying back in a chair, and I'm gonna put a thought bubble on it, and it's gonna say, "This is me waiting for Christina to get to the point."
Yeah.
What's dangerous? Waking a sleepwalker is dangerous.
Yeah. So.
Oh, in public, I will know. Oh yeah, I've heard of people that's why I don't use sleep aids.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those damned if you damned if you don't. I mean, you run the risk of sleepwalking if you're sleep deprived, but side effects to some of those sleep aids like Ambien, you run a higher risk of sleepwalking and doing things in your sleep, like driving and stuff like that. So I'd rather, I'd rather suffer deprivation, sleep deprivation, than risk, going out stealing somebody's car and while I'm sleeping and end up in a car accident or worse, killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
me.
true.
But anyway, I gotta get off here and go lay down for a while.
Yeah. Well, we've been here 3 hours and 33 minutes so far.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining the conversation.
And I only got an hour nap between my live stream and yours. So it's like I'm desperate for sleep. I've been up since what's today? Well, it's Friday now. Oh, I get my new lamp today. Oh no, it's still Thursday. I thought it was after midnight. I thought it was after midnight already. But
no.
Yeah, I ordered a new lamp. I'm getting it tomorrow. It's got a remote control.
Oh, cool.
With a mini little lamp thing in the main lamp. It's got like the extras so you can use it for like a desk lamp and shit. It's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna jump off here and try to get some sleep because I've been up since like Sunday morning.
Yeah, go get some sleep.
With cat naps in between, but I haven't slept through the night in like 4 days. So I was up all night doing that fucking recording and shit, I did another one. I did a 4-hour one the night before. But when I noticed how much space I had used up already on my laptop, I didn't want to risk a crash by trying to add any more. So I tried to transfer all the paranormal type stuff I had on to the terabyte, and it corrupted all those files. So I had to delete all those. All my old stuff is gone. The only paranormal stuff I have now is what I did last night. Because this time I thought ahead. It was like, instead of trying to cut and paste from here to the SSD 2 terabyte, I figured out I could save all the stuff directly to it without it, like the OBS recordings. I can set it up in OBS for my recordings to automatically download to the SSD rather than to the computer, then try to transfer it, risking losing or corrupting it. So that's what I'm doing now. And the audio files, when I go to save as, I can save it directly to it too. So I don't risk corrupting it, doing it the other way. So
Oh,
now,
thank you, Debbie.
yeah, I tried taking all those files, and there was over 15,000 files. And I tried to cut and paste them all to the SSD, and they all got corrupted. So I lost all my old shit. So thank you for being here. You too, Mary. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, guys. Much love. Keep it real.
Thanks, Boomer. And yeah, so don't forget, tomorrow night is tomorrow night. I have a new series on Fridays. If you guys do not know, um, it is called Campfire Stories. There is a playlist, but every Friday night at 9 p.m. there'll be a new spooky story. This week's story is a member shout out story. Next week's story is a plot that I got from Kevin Anderson, who's in the chat. So that's a really good one. If you are a member of the channel, I actually have 4 up right now waiting because I did a few of them. So this week is the members. Next week is Kevin's plot. And then I saw a picture on the internet and I was like, this has to be a spooky story. And so I made it a spooky story. So that's the next week after. And they're good. Of course, let me know your comments about them. And if you like how I tell the story and everything. So Friday nights at 9 p.m., you can tell those spooky campfire stories when you go out with your friends and you're toasting marshmallows. So that's Friday nights. Sunday, we're still doing paranormal, true paranormal experience stories right now. And then we'll go back to haunted history. But I had more people tell me their stories. Yeah, this week's story comes from Kim M and Kim Fitzgerald. Both Kims gave me their stories this week, so that will be Sunday. It'll be their real paranormal experiences on Sunday. Saturday, we are going to have special guests here, so come to do our interview. Come visit. It's the 21st Century Suffragettes will be on here. They are a political channel, but the way the world is going, I would like you guys, if you would, even though we're not a political channel, to come join us for the chat and see what these lovely ladies do. And if you are interested, of course, their link will be in the description. And of course, we'll put it in the chat too when they're here. Both ladies are friends of mine. So, yeah. So, I'm sure we'll have a good old chat. It should be fun. And then Sunday, we have Eddie and Jen, the vlogs, and then some who usually go live and do something fun right around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to click on Eddie, Jen, the vlogs, and then some if you like paranormal. And yes, Janelle, thank you so much for coming. Susie, thank you so much for coming if you're still here. Um, Adam, thank you for coming. Thank you guys for rating us. We appreciate you guys. And yeah, so now, Eddie, you have to go live this Sunday because I mentioned it. So don't try to, sneak away. All righty. So I think that's all the news today for the channels and our. Oh, and right after our interview with the 21st Century Suffragettes, Then at 9 p.m., Boomer's going to be on D Live doing some fun Hollywood Squares game. If you're a D Live person and you want to check that out, or if you want to discover D Live for the first time, check that out. The link is up in the comments somewhere on the live. So, and that will go up shortly, so you'll be able to see it if you did not click on it when you were here. With that being said, now I talked your ears off. I talked your ears off. So yeah, enjoy all the shows and the stuff we got for you guys. And I love you guys for hanging out with me. 13 of you still here. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much. To the members again, I can't thank you enough. 15 members we have right now. Thank you to our sis Gothic. She's not here, but she gifted 5 memberships last week. And so, Eddie, I'm expecting you're watching all the member stuff. I do have, I think, one I couldn't post on YouTube, so it is a member only where the spirits got a little frisky. So you can go watch that if you're a member. And so, yeah, we shall see you. I don't know if anybody's on tomorrow, but we'll definitely see you Saturday. So let me find my goodbye screen. Goodbye. We'll see you soon.
Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. We are so glad you came. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Is everyone gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I'm exhausted. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.